Whoa! I don't normally fade out the song, but I am literally late. If I wait an entire song and it was like 4 minutes. Hey everyone, are we ready for EMEA? Let's close that. Let's get this on the go. Let's click the wrong button here, that's good. We close that. Let me open up this. Ooh, let me find some kind of feed that is clean. Let me prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually for a big ol' friggin' stream. Big old stream.
Kept it that much more aggressive. That's a beautiful blade. Absolutely picturesque.
You just can't get enough of Rocky.
There's the pin. Nice right hard. Yeah.
Not gonna try and play that anymore.
Let's see. What do I want? That.
Oh my god. That is clean from Merritt. Now there's no with a higher sugar free with a stick. Kai dead. Crazy.
Hold on. I just need to fix some stuff. God damn it.
They want overtime and they get it. This whole hop's pretty devastating when you're up in the corner. It is delectable.
This might just be enough.
And Crazy Raccoons have done it.
And that. And then that. And if I do that. Oh. And if I do that. Oh, we're locked for fucking. We're locked for fucking. In your opinion, was you more or less 10 minutes late for EMEA? I thought I was like on the dot. I was like on 5 o'clock. I didn't look at the seconds though. I was on time for the start, but I was late for when I said I would be back. So you know, put that together however you can. Yeah, I mean, oh, I was reading something. But yeah, it is what it is, as they say. I should do some kind of predictions, I guess. Predictions for some kind of Overwatch. Overwatch is what we're here to watch, I think, if I remember correctly. And I think I'm correct on that. What is Overwatch? Who's getting timed out? Poor Captain Prash. Fuck. You're here for TF? Okay, we can do TF. You deflected? But Prash, 2 people deflected. And if you deflect a deflect, it comes right back at you. You just killed yourself, Prash. Prash, you just killed yourself. Oh, Prosto, saving you again. Prosto trying to stop Captain Prash committing suicide within the opening minutes of the stream. What a start this is. What a start to EMEA. Captain Prash commits suicide. No! Wait! Oh! Are people trying... They're happening so close together, I don't know if people are trying to kill him or trying to save him. What? Wait! Who's been shot by mistake? Oh wait, was that right? That was right? Oh, okay, I understand. I'll trust Juby. Juby's trustable with a gun. When's the TF2 stream legit? We only hit the sub goal the other day, so I'm gonna do it next week, I think. Maybe the week after. Maybe the week after next. Yeah, I thought we accidentally murdered an innocent person, but we actually murdered a deserving person. No maid cosplay. Wait, should I get? Let me press this button. Let me off studio mode. Let me get Preds, and I need to remember what all the games are. Unless it's me, then he'll do it for fun. Stop trying to murder me, GB. What's the order of games? We're TM Ayoma first, aren't we? Now it's a Frio. Come on. Grow up, it's a Frio. And then ENCE 3-1 VP. And then SSG 3-2 TM.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Hello.
Cookie Dunk. If you like condiments, cookies, and Overwatch as much as we do, I don't think anyone.
What am I
likes
watching?
that particular combination, actually. So yeah. Anyway, well, this is a game we're going to be playing. You've probably seen it over on social media. We have condiments.
I want to watch the Overwatch.
To those condiments. Take a look at that. And we will be rolling cookies down the table, and it will.
I
want
to watch the Overwatch.
To eat it, but also we have to support the team from the assigned condiment for the rest of the EMEA bracket. I'm very excited for this. I personally, obviously, want to.
Jeez, it grooves.
Is
Is this?
I think is everyone's favorite team. Suddenly, funny how that goes. Anyone else?
What's wrong with that mayo? Why is there yellow in that mayo?
More of a milk enjoyer.
Look at this mayo. Why is it so yellow?
I love my cookie and mustard in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
That's the classic combo in Sweden.
Oh
okay.
my God.
Get the cookie sliding or rolling. He's sliding.
Oh.
That
All
would-
right, I'll get that out of the way.
OJ Fish. It's OJ Simpson.
Hazard, you gotta double up. We're playing curling now. What is this?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, barbecue! Whoa, we got the barbecue.
Yeah, you know what? It could have been worse.
SSD believer right
SSD,
here.
dunk it. Come on, yeah, don't.
I'm not dunking it. It's getting what it's got. This is too much.
Barbecue
Joy.
sauce.
You can't see the far right one. Oh.
Mustard.
All right,
Eat it.
here we go.
Probably not that bad. Barbecue is like slightly sweet.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
SSG believer right here. Congratulations.
Hey, congrats.
Towards your
A real
efforts.
super fan, Johnny. You're
All
up
right.
next.
Oh, Sweden is really.
It's not all mayo, but there's some yellow in the bottom. Hold on, let me get myself out of the way.
Are they?
Yeah, here we go.
I've left me and Hunter behind, but I've moved me. Yeah, look at this mayo when it zooms in.
That's mustard.
No, it's not.
Look at that mayo.
It's not it.
All right, go again.
Why is this? It just looks like it's got mustard in it.
That was good. That was good. Good teachings right there.
Oh.
Eating more? Mm-hmm. Here we
He
go.
needs to get rid of the barbecue flavor.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
You're a buffoon.
I know. Why is it guiding to the barbecue sauce? Who rigged this? All right, here we go. Here we go.
Just SSD.
Oh my God! No.
Solid. Oh, that's not even bad.
Oh, who am I supporting? I already forgot. All right, Canada's about the orange
A
juice.
one-man army.
A one-man army. I'm down. Top dragon.
The oil has split.
Lovers. Oh my
Probably
God.
better than the barbecue sauce.
Oh, it's
It just looks like mustard at the bottom. It's so yellow.
Yeah, me. That's a good breakfast combo.
Oh. Hey, Doishi. Thank you.
Please SSG don't shit the bed versus TM greater than less than.
TM greater than less than indeed. They'll have it.
I feel like it would actually be good.
I fuck with Oreos. They're okay. They're kind of just, they're like a fine biscuit, but they're also mid.
Mustard.
You know? They're just an okay biscuit.
Put some heat on it.
Put some heat on it.
Like you mean it, sorry.
Overshoot. Okay.
Is this table clean?
Whoa, that was way too far.
I like that. You're going the right way, Zoe.
And just type.
Watch that mustard.
No.
All right.
Oh, the mayo could be hot.
You need to be brave in this moment.
Get in there. Put some heat on it. Don't be scared. Shoot.
No, right. whoa.
Okay. Go, go, go. You are not getting out of
We
this. This
can't
is your
be here all
idea,
day. We
Zoe.
got a match to go.
There's going to be a delay for the game, unfortunately.
Accuracy is so bad. Oh my God.
Zoe.
There's going to be a significant delay.
Just keep shooting. You're going mustard. If you miss this, you're going mustard. Mustard. Do it.
Please,
We're
Mustard.
actually out of cookies. Oh.
No. There's no escaping. Oh my God.
All right, we got more.
There's going to be a significant delay towards the game.
In this game.
I think.
Zoe's going mustard.
And
Zoe,
why?
3 more shots.
Thank God they had a bigger Oreo budget.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
They would have actually sent 3 teams to Korea, but they had to sacrifice more of a budget for these Oreos, so they had to cancel one of the teams.
She's looking at her finger.
That is disgusting. That is
Not that
foul.
bad.
Wow.
It's pro.
You know some.
That was cookie dunk.
You need to wipe your lip. There you go.
I know.
SOS.
Fun game.
He's 5 farmers taller than Zoe. He's true. Zoe's like barely a farmer and a quarter, honestly.
God.
It's not so bad.
Farmer and a half at best.
Not bad.
I'll take your word for it.
Bum 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 bum. Rock paper scissors stream when? I have to get Hattie to out of rock paper scissors retirement for it. Yeah, I don't think it was a sponsored segment, unfortunately. I think that was an unbranded cookie, an unbranded cookie. Is there space for a board tag for now, USG? No, sorry, Hitori. We're waiting for Hunter. We tried it with 3 people before, and it was too many. So we're gonna duo it. I've replaced you with a handsome Australian. Well, at least an above average handsome Australian. With an Australian. What do you mean at least above average? He's handsome as hell. All right, if we had to throw ratings out of 10, not to objectify Hunter, but if we had to throw a number out of 10, 4. How many subs for me to get this? What am I looking at? What is it? Check out my merch. Some Ange merch. I don't feel like I need any Ange merch, you know? What's this one? The Halal hoodie? Some very nice ratings for Hunter as well. This one's actually probably the nicest for travel mug. I never have hot drinks though. I wouldn't use the mug. There'd be no I'd get no use out of it. I wouldn't want to waste such a fine product. What was it? A couple of 9s, couple of 10s, couple of 4s for Hunter, a 1. Someone not a fan. 8 on a good day. Straight gooning out of 10. You need to chill out, Juby. You're such a marbles head. Do you ever think you've wasted all this time watching Overwatch when you could just be watching marbles right now? I'll find you a better streamer. Hold on. Who looks good? Who looks good? 18 plus? How can I give 18 plus marbles? $110 Mega Royale. Just 1 second. Crypt's content is of a certain audience. It may contain gambling. Okay, hold on. This is what my stream's going to end up like, I think. Is anything even happening? Enter the marbles. I was waiting to start. I'm actually a client. I've baited Do 9 into it as well. Aren't you the CoStream, special CoStreamer today? I am, yeah. But I might just immediately host this instead. Isn't it unreasonable that he doesn't even have the 7 TV emotes? What are we waiting for? Where is he? I don't think we're entering, guys. It says at 3 PM EST. Honestly, I don't know how I functioned without having a chat beforehand. Because I'm looking at the exact same thing, but I'm not taking in any of the informations. So thank God you guys are here to read it for me. Bullskunk could cancel the streams. I found our real future. Overwatch is over. Marbles is going to be the full-time gig now. $20 giveaway? Fuck. At 3 PM Eastern. What's that? That's in like... Isn't that now? Is he late? This guy's late like me. Fuck. Oh, we're going to have to watch the Overwatch. 8 PM is in 2 hours. Oh. we should just put all the marbles in. Is that how... Should we replace Swiss with marbles? So the Swiss is now just... All the teams get a ball. We put it in a race. And the top 8 balls go through to top 8. And then those top 8 just play like a super extended bracket. Like a quadruple elimination bracket. We'll just use the career system. But the Pep's ball should be too big to get through the course. Ooh, okay, predictions. I'm 3-0. 3-0. Do either of them have a chance against SSG? I think TM will be close against SSG. I think SSG will still win. Marbles is the only way for CR to lose a map. You'd say that, GB. But there will be such insane plot armor. It will look impossible for Crazy Raccoon to lose the roll. And then out of nowhere, Shu will just fall off the ledge, even though he's in like 89th place. And fall straight into first. They all think Ioma will win? What? What was in those fucking cookies, eh? Fuck me. Korean biased. Fuck, I know, right?
Hola.
Hola. Sorry, I had to translate
we
that
doing?
from Spanish to English, so it took me a second.
That's all right, you know. Not everyone can be as international as I.
Luckily, I had a Google Translate tab open already, just in case of this eventuality. So it wasn't. It could have been, it could have
Speedrun
been
that
worse.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you actually plowed that. Well done.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. The lack of sleep is like it's building. You know, it's a
It's okay.
cumulative
It's not like
effect.
you have a big long haul ahead of you or anything. So that should be fine.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I might just skip it, and I was like, that's the most unreasonable thing I could do.
Yeah, that is on the upper end.
Upper end
On
of
the
just
upper end of unreasonable.
unreasonable and ungrateful. just for because I'd still wake up for Korea. It would be for like an extra 3 hours sleep.
Oh, good grief. Yeah, it makes.
Wait. Hold on, Chris says what percentage? He just got timed out, unfortunately. But before he was timed out, he did ask what percentage. What percentage do you think Ioma get the upset here? Percentage chance.
We're doing upset percentages, but not actually saying that we think that the upset is going to occur. Is that what you mean? Like,
Well, he was basically, I think it's going to be a 3-0 to TM. The desk all predicted Ioma to win by varying margins.
all of them?
All three.
Wow. So Saudi is not on top in the minds of the desk.
Yeah, I thought
God.
Jake would have had a more balanced opinion on the whole thing, but he was actually anti-Saudi in this situation.
Appears I was muted on my own stream. Damn it. He's good clock on that one. Thank you, Googlies. I appreciate that. Yo, thanks for the sub earlier, Danid. I didn't even realize that I didn't get the thanks across. So thanks so much for the 5, Dan. Thanks WASD as well. Now people can hear me. I mean, I think they may have like a slim chance here, but Twisted, I mean, they are very accustomed to countering out Winston. And I mean, if they can beat the team from China on Winston, I think beating Theomatic on Winston, that should be extremely doable.
Do you think they're similar tiers for team from China and Ioma? Are we in the same sort of bracket, or?
Look, the thing is, it's actually not so much about the Winston player, right? Because obviously, you know, the team from China, they might have, you know, a little bit of a bonus above young Theo, but Twisted, they cannot beat Top Dragon, you know? Like, Top Dragon took Twisted Minds to map 5 at the Esports World Cup, and now, I mean, we've seen the first fight, it's just easily gone the way of Aoma. So, I mean, if there was a chance, I mean, this would be the series right now for a chronic Twisted upset. And I mean, that would feel so good in the hands.
Alright. Oh, wait, should we do a time check? I'm on 26%, 27%, 28%, 29%. Do you need more numbers?
32?
33?
33?
34?
Okay, close enough.
There we go.
Yeah,
Alright. Nano onto Quartz round, the choke, but he's not got all that much to look at. The Dynamite will connect and force it. Oh wait, never mind, Theo's dead. Thought he wasn't going to get all that much there, but it does separate the heals from the Winston, and often if you can do that, you got a good chance to kill the Winston, and they get a retake for that Nano here, Twisted Minds, and even a late kill onto Donghun to boot. So, 5 ults to retake with here for Aoma, but Garden retakes. Normally a little bit trickier than Twisted Minds actually made it just look.
Yeah. At least Twisted have managed to retake it here. Theomatic coming in with a Primal Rage very soon, and I mean, that's going to be extremely non-lethal, I would hazard a guess. Nano Boost actually comes out onto Theo before the Primal. He's zapping away at Quartz, but he's unable to commit. He does not have... Oh my god, Yubi taking all of the damage there on that jump pack, and that is going to be deadly for Twisted Minds. Now they've thrown out the Bob off the objective, and they only have TVNT to stall the point. Donghun using the bash, actually in a little bit of danger, has to commit the rally. Alpha has been on a sliver of HP for a very long time, but Top Dragon coming in with a bit of a lukewarm, classic Theomatic Primal there, actually juggling Vigi into the fight, but here he comes now, ready to execute, ready to finish the job. He's actually managed to Primal both supports in this fight, Theomatic, so all this propaganda of him being unable to Primal has just been total nonsense. The thing about Theo was that he was actually quite good with the Primal rages in these past few series. You know, when he was on, he was on. The thing was, he's not so good without the primal rage. He's a one jump, one die Winston. So now, again, we see a lot of damage coming out. A vertical leap here from Theomatic, who said white boys can't jump, but now he's getting poked out so hard by TVNT. But oh god, he's just dead to nothing.
Nothing happened. But they're just doing the normal things you might do on a Lijiang Garden retake. Maybe try and get some angles on point, throw a few rockets, and somehow that's converted into an overwhelming, unsustainable amount of damage for Theo and Aoma to muster. And now Twisted Mind's retakes have been so incredibly easy so far. Shame they can't hang on to the point, but they have a nano, they have a self-destruct, they even have a Bob mid-fight, all the tools. It's actually kind of very much in the hands of this next nano from Alpha. So it might be Theo again. Here we go. Zones everyone out at least, turns onto TVNT. TVNT will fly away. Theo will now go towards point. Didn't really get any primal charge out of this. So TVNT now with the nano looks for Donghun. Manages to stay on the map here. Bliss with another boot. They're all trying to push him off the edge, but Donghun, he just won't fall. He somehow stays on the edge.
Touch though. Top Dragon's good for it. Top 85% on the barrage here. One-man army, all of them so close to their ultimates, but they don't quite have them just yet. Theo 92% on the primal rage. Donghun 93 on the rally, but he may just go down because Quartz, he's starting to take over. 2 for Quartz already, and AOMA, they're on the back foot. Bliss is wall riding around the edge of the map. There's nobody left to touch.
Looked like they had it for a second, but Quartz's Bob is actually the final one that does it. It gets so much value damage on point, just forces them all back, and because they drag 2 point to keep touching, just means it opens it up for Twisted Minds to win the first round in what was, I don't know, a bit of a slop fest at times.
Oh, absolute
Not to see that
slop
term.
fest. Yeah, no, these terms are allowed to be used by anybody. Fair use, Xavier, so don't you worry about that.
I'll put my checkbook away.
Yeah, that one death from Theomatic, good grief, when they were in control and at about 60%, Theo decided that he wanted to jump high into the sky, getting vision of everything, and then stand there as Afara and a Diva just kind of edge their way forward and shoot him out of the game. Unbelievable stuff from him. Not sure what was going through his head, but now we got to focus on Night Market. Theo again going for a little vertical jump. TVNT posturing forward right away. Theo has burned the bubble, and it's looking like AOMA, they're trying to take things slow. They are just hiding inside. Avo's still in the spawn.
Yeah, we'll concede a lot of space as a result of this. Now Theo's going to try and take some space on this left-hand side, but Quartz is just stinking people, and Donghun with the wide swing there. Not normally a Brig that needs to wide swing in that situation. Going to cost him his life, and then they get the split Theomatic as well, and this should be a very straightforward first fight here for TM.
Yes, Donghun forgetting that his character has a big shield that he can put in front of his face, going down to a string of headshots from Quartz as he swings wide. Again, a couple of rogue deaths already from AOMA early on in the piece, and this could be the flavor of the match here, where Twisted Minds, you know, they may not have looked like the strongest team in their earlier games, but it is a case of the matchups of who they're going against, and now they're fighting against AOMA, who is one of the weaker teams in this bracket. A nade from Vigilante lands on Avo, and TVNT is there. He may not have hands, but he has rockets, and he is able to take down Avo with no trouble whatsoever. Top Dragon edging up here on the side of the map, trying to find an opening, see if he can peel anyone back. Quartz gets caught by a bunch of stickies, but it's not enough to kill him, and then Nano Boost comes out onto Yubi.
Defensive bubble keeps him as alright for now, but Top Dragon actually turns the kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but considering the nano was invested, you've got to be happy with that. Chance for Aoma, they're going to demech TVNT as well. No bomb. Theo will finish that one off. They do lose Donghun, but with tank advantage here, they should be okay. Oh, Bob onto Theo. 90%, no! Steps out of Bobble to avoid Bob, but he cannot avoid Quartz. Twisted Minds recover from what was really a failed nano engage.
Good grief. Where was the nano boost there? AOMA, they had it in the back pocket. Alpha was there. When that Bob came out from Quartz, I thought there could have been a very real chance for a nano dive for Theo to finish things up. Now the nano comes out, but Bliss, he hits the boop. It's so good, and the jump pack damage is not there. Theo can't decide whether he's in or out. It looks like he's just going to drift over to the point now, but you see Alpha, he's in a lot of trouble. He's out in the open. Theo, he's jumping onto his backline, trying to throw down Peel Bubble, but that's not good enough. That's not the play that we need from you right now, Theo. In the chaos, AOMA have managed to flip the point, so now Theo, primaling, slept up. He's in a lot of trouble. So low. AOMA, they are yeah, they have managed to slow this down a little bit, keep themselves alive. Twisted only have the beat drop, but Top Dragon, he's forced to use the copy, and Dongan goes down at the back of the point.
So messy. The copy's now getting focused by TVNT. B over top. Should be able to kill Top Dragon here. Maybe even kill him afterwards. He's half HP. TVNT will leave him, just regroup and help his team deal with this Bob. Ash on the outside here. Should be able to finish this kill as well. And TVNT's just playing sweeper. Does lose mech to Top Dragon. Dongan, there's maybe a chance, but Top Dragon has to do so much. And Quartz, there's a tie around it. And even on Garden as well. We just feel like Quartz is just allowed to stand somewhere, shoot people, get picks, put so much damage out. And has never really been pushed out or forced out or put under any serious pressure.
Rough start here for AOMA, but you know, I'm not sure whether there's going to be any map in the draft where we can really see a different version of them, because it is looking like if this is the Twisted Minds that has come out to play today, then we are going to be consistently seeing TVNT marking poor Theomatic. We're going to see a solid backline from the side of Twisted Minds. Honestly, I mean, that's a great question, Quartus. We've actually got Quartus in the chat.
Yeah,
so,
what's his take?
He only has one question, bro. Why are you streaming for 25 hours?
Honestly, it's a pretty reasonable question, but you'd think he has more pressing concerns. But obviously, the amount of pressure he was put under in that last map, he actually had time to boot up Twitch, see you were streaming for 25 hours, and drop you a quick question. Still didn't get taken down. Still didn't get dived.
I mean, you know, we talk about pressure, but I mean, I didn't see a whole lot of pressure at all. No fragrance today, locked in to win. Get real, Quartus. It's never a bad time to have a fragrance on. It doesn't matter how locked you are. You deserve to smell like a king while doing it, or a sultan. I'm not entirely sure what you would prefer. But again, you need something, mate. Come on. There's no way. Surely you can sprinkle a little bit of something on yourself between maps here. Unbelievable.
Is Untra okay? Yeah, I think he's fine. He's fine. He's just giving some.
The office.
Yeah, yeah. You don't think he's okay? No, he's okay. You can't just tell people they're not okay. It's up to him. Stop projecting your insecurity onto Hunter.
I've got enough insecurity for myself. You don't need to project any more onto me. It may be overwhelming. So please settle it down.
Oh. All right.
Jeremy Fragrant turning in his grave.
So we'll take a quick fragrance break so Quartz can get spritzed up, and then we'll probably go to some kind of dive map here. It's kind of what Ioma play, right? So maybe a Dorado or something. I mean, Dorado's okay for D.Va. Maybe Paricio? I don't know. D.Va is functional in all of these, even if it might be technically a little bit worse. But we'll wait and see. That would be my guess. This stream smells. Nope, doesn't smell. I mean, it possibly might smell, but it's not a prevalent problem. I do have a window open, so I think we're okay. And it will be in that Dorado. Probably just play D.Va here. Probably Anna Brig. Maybe Sil from old TM2. Just without the old Winston. Don't think we're gonna see a TVNT Winston anytime soon, but D.Va will probably be really fine. What's my cologne of choice? Don't really wear cologne. I think it's for one of the key advantages of being in a long-term relationship. All these things not necessary. Don't really go to many fragrance-based places where I feel like it would be appropriate to wear a fragrance. Maybe I'll have to also check in with Quartz sometime. Get a cheeky recommendation. Bold head sweat? Yes. That's the brand name. How did you know, actually? Do you not enjoy smelling nice? I don't really smell myself, you know? You got to bear in mind, a significant part of my week is often spent sat in my room watching 10 to 14 hours of Overwatch. So it does feel a little bit like a fragrance might be wasted in that situation. Getting a date night scent? I don't think we have ever such a formal relationship. Just hang out. What about you, Hunter? Date night pilled or not date night pilled?
I would love date nights. I think date nights are fantastic. Unfortunately, I am chronically lonely, so nobody to go on the dates with. Conceptually, fantastic, but in reality for me, not much going on in that department. That's why I'm co-streaming OWCS at 2:35 a.m. on the weekend.
Yeah, I imagine probably the best thing to do for your mental health is probably just stop putting the date nights in your calendar so then you don't get the disappointment.
Yeah, unfortunately, repeatedly checking the calendar and seeing the date night. Oh, Dongun once again face-checking Quartus. He doesn't seem to understand that if you look Quartz in the eyes, he will rip your head off with the hit scan. No interest in putting your shield up for that. Can't keep getting away with it.
If only Brig had some kind of counterplay to that, but unfortunately, no real obvious counterplay that comes to mind, so we might keep running into this problem here. As we see, Avo taking the grapple, will reposition to coast. It's happened again. It surely seems unlikely to happen 3 times in a row, but I mean, I can't argue with what's in front of my eyes right now. So another reset for Ioma, back to the drawing board, and it's Twisted Minds just keeping everyone in check right now.
You know, Quartz having an absolutely fragrant performance on the Widowmaker right now, just taking down Donghun again and again. Now he's coming for Avo, and it's suddenly looking like these casters' predictions of an AOMA sweep were totally delusional. You know, yesterday I was saying, I'm not sure, is Quartz still in the conversation for generational hit scan after the year that Twisted have had? But I mean, open your eyes. There are generational hit scans on the screen for those with eyes to see them. Quartz going for an nonsense hook shot, catches Top Dragon. We'll see Theomatic actually giving the hands, trying as he might to juggle poor Quartz into a corner, but it is looking like it's actually going to be Theo suffering the victim of his own primal rage. Ew, though. Absolutely disgusting from Quartz.
Alpha makes the mistake of trying to look, maybe trying to get that nano to help Theo out of that situation, but you peek for a second in this game and Quartz will rip your head off. And so far, so good. Twisted Minds haven't had to do all that much of anything. They're getting up to 5 ults. Quartz has done all the work so far. They do at least get the cart to corner so they can take a little bit of a peek around, but they still have Quartz to worry about. Right now, eyes on coast, but there's actually nobody there.
You know, heads will roll, and a reasonable proportion of them will be Donghun's. Unfortunately, I can no longer get a sentence out of my mouth in a coherent fashion. TVNT, Bliss, and Vigi all have the ultimates. Nano comes out onto Yubi, and he's gone deep. Down goes Donghun one more time, his head rolling to the fire rockets instead of a Widow change for a change. But Alpha somehow managing to secure kills on both backliners of Twisted Minds. Unfortunately, Quartus a little bit too good on the Widowmaker. Another headshot kill onto Top Dragon. Just deadly consistent this series, taking over, not looking so good anymore for AOMA. Even though Alpha had the heroic double backline kill, it was not enough. And Twisted, I mean, they've been able to save many ultimates for this final fight here. Theo has almost another primal, but will it be enough? Yubi has a barrage. That's a deadly combo versus no Diva.
Body shot this time for Quartz. Probably maybe the first shot we've seen him miss in a while. We'll be looking for this top grapple in a second. Rally to keep themselves alive on point here. Here we go, looking for Top Dragon. Only a body shot. Will try and beam him down. Has to copy the Widow to try and save himself here. Quartz will grapple out. Bubble on top of him. So much pressure coming into Quartz, but the rally is there. Yubi's killed 2 in the meantime here, so Theo has so much to do. Top Dragon trying to hit a shot. They do kill Bliss. Maybe they can turn it yet. Quartz is going to get the full matrix. They've killed everyone else, so TVNT can come back and help him. Only 10 seconds left, so Theo will jump out. He can contest one more time, but they have to do it into walls, and they have to do it without their full roster.
Oh, crazy here from the DPS of Twisted Minds. Yubi, while Quartz is being dived in spawn, Yubi trading out for 2. Bomb out for TVNT, but he gets the remake comfortably. We're 85% on a nano boost for Alpha. That could be their saving grace here if they can extend the fight just a little while longer, but they're under so much pressure right now. Avo, Quartz, duking it out. Quartz going for the hook shot in spawn, can't seem to find the angle. Theomatic, he's caught with his pants down. Nano boost online for Avo, and he actually gets it on Theomatic before he goes down, but Theomatic, he is sleeping on the job, can't find a jump angle for anyone now. Quartz, he comes in on the flank, he takes down Avo.
Oh, one more for good measure. Only Donghyun left now. He'll get focused down. 78 meters on the dot is where it will stop. And should be... I mean, it's a bit of a tap-in now for Twisted Minds on the attack, especially if Quartz keeps doing what he's been doing.
Yeah, I mean, Quartz just making it look far too easy. Anyway, mate, in their previous matches, I mean, this has been one of their best picks in the draft. But now suddenly going up against Quartz, there's no hope. You can't stop this man. And then in the one turn where Quartz finally gets contested by the Winston, Yubi is there to trade out the aggro, gets his own 2 with the barrage. So unbelievable performances coming out from the Saudi DPS line.
Yeah, really. I'm being informed as well now. Apparently, in Aoma's warm-up, they actually warmed up Circuit twice in their warm-up and then picked Dorado, which is maybe an interesting choice. Maybe a last-minute change of heart. I mean, I guess to be fair, if they played Circuit Royale, they might have run into the exact same Widow-based problem as they have done here. So now it's going to have to try and be a rock-solid hold. Ashe and Echo, the choice for Aoma. Reasonable type of heroes to hold with, but the big problem they're going to have to consider is, can they keep Quartz contained? It should be easier as the defending team to stop this Widow taking the space. But that's what you would have said about loads of these shots that Quartz was hitting. It should be hard for the Widow to deal with an Echo right above her head, especially if the Widow grapples into the Echo, but that wasn't a problem either. Should be hard to headshot a Brig because she is a shield, but that was certainly not a problem either.
It appears that Quartz is actually happy to let the spirit of Dior Sauvage take the wheel and just throw himself into the danger, recognizing that he is in fact the danger. Surprisingly, Donghyun has actually thrown up his shield and blocked a shot from Quartz. A rare hit there from the Korean Brigida player, the superstar import. Nade comes flying out to main, but TVNT, he eats that one up. Again, no hands, but he does have the ability to eat the occasional nade. Hookshot up for Quartz now, getting on the high ground, but Theomatic, he is marking him, putting himself in a little bit of danger though. TVNT, he has backshifted onto Theo. Top Dragon also throwing in a couple of stickies, but will not net a kill. And TVNT, he actually takes down Top Dragon. So Top Dragon, in an attempt to block Quartz's sightline, he has wound up going down himself.
Theo's going to get caught as well now, and this is a classic TM type of setup. Just play to protect the Widow, or their hit scan, whatever they're on. Give them a lot of space. Now TVNT looking for stagger kills. Stagger kills would be brutal here. TVNT's got his sights on the Widowmaker. Doesn't have grapple, it seems, or it's just going to get packs. We'll be okay. But now we're in last fight territory, and Quartz has a chance to set up a much better angle for himself now. Can just bear down on this point as they look to just push it in. Theo will have to get the touch. Anti hits 2 in the backline. TVNT doesn't really get too much follow-up, though. Body shot from Quartz. Does have this angle still. Top Dragon is all the way behind, but Quartz has already killed one. Quartz now taking on this Echo. Top Dragon takes him down, but they've lost everyone on point. They finally get the Widow kill, but it's too little too late. And Twisted Minds with a quick second map.
Very rough one there for AOMA. Just too difficult to surpass the raw strength of the hit scan. Maybe going into the next map, we might see AOMA try to take us to something like a Suravasa, you know? Something where hit scan, like dive is viable. You can play the Arna Brig dive, but at the same time, you can get Winston, you can avoid getting hard diffed on the hit scan. Because I think if they go to something like Circuit, it is just going to be more of this sniper gameplay. It's going to be so difficult. They need Quartz off the snipers. They know Twisted Minds, they play heroes like Mauga and Genji on Flashpoint, so maybe if they can pull them onto that matchup, maybe they will have a chance. But this is beyond an uphill battle.
So much to do, and the problem is you're in a situation now where you're like, maybe we should try and trick Twisted Minds into playing Brawl. A comp there, no slouches at either. So difficult situations. Always the way when we get this is we basically just get a replay of this entire game from Quartz's POV. All the highlights belong to him, and I don't know what they pick. I guess, yeah, New Junk City is probably the obvious choice, maybe, but maybe I guess Saravasa, right? Because they're going to want to Winston Anna something too, but
yeah,
okay, maybe that one.
I think maybe Saravasa, because then it's Winston viable, but it is like also a rush map at the same time. Chat, by the way, what do we think of Uber's French tuck today? I can see that the French tuck is making a huge comeback, and Uber, this is the second time that he's gone with the French tuck. Anyone, pros, cons, anyone fucking with this? Anyone not fucking with this? Oh, by the way, it appears that that there are calls for slop, so I will be I will
Get
be
sloppy.
back. Yeah. All right.
French fucking tuck. I'm also getting reports that they actually warmed up New Junk City as well, so maybe that's what they are anticipating. Obviously, could have warmed it up because they anticipate that TM would pick it, so they would expect it maybe as a loser's pick type thing, and maybe that's like an anti-dive map they would expect to go to. So it could be either way, so we'll wait and see what they choose. They don't have, honestly, they don't have great options here. Yeah, 24-7. These these kind of tell you how that one went. I can smell the fragrance from across the screen. Would you look bad on anyone else, but Uber has pulled off worse? Ooh. 7 deaths for TM? Yeah, that's crazy. Well, they did get a couple of backline trades, right? Alpha actually got 2 of those with that crazy flank on the attack. And there's a couple of times they did trade Quartz, but it was like, use everything, eventually kill the Widow, and then everyone gets traded as a result. Sake and onion pasty scent. Wouldn't be the worst scent, honestly. If you smell like a bakery. Do any major fragrances have that? Do they have a? Could you smell like fresh baked bread? Is that a viable fragrance, or is it all very more sort of floral tones? Looking for some fragrance experts. Icon. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's Winston and a Brigable. It's diveable. But you probably can't Widow or something here, so... Oh, yeah, let's hear from Jeremy Fragrance. He seems like the sort of person who might know. Subway do that fragrance? Yeah, but I don't think you want to smell like... I don't think you want to smell like a Subway, though. You want to smell like a Subway, you want to make it. As for... the #1 fragrance expert who follows the teaching of Jesus. Yep, seems... Yep. So tell me about this bread fragrance. Anything that reminds you of home? I didn't grow up in a bakery. You don't smell like a Subway, you smell like a Subway. Good use of capitalization, Robo, I understand. Chat is full of fragrance experts. Yeah, well, unfortunately, if you are a fragrance expert, I imagine there's probably not actually a huge amount of work going about, so you might find yourself unemployed watching several hours of Overwatch. You grew up in a bakery, is that why you have so much cake? Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Sober. Is there a peg in a fragrance? Not yet that I'm aware of. What if Sauna will sign TM? I don't know. I don't think he'd add anything. Probably better Tracer than UB, right? But they don't play all that much Tracer. I say that as they are literally playing Tracer right here, right now. It probably doesn't smell that nice. You mean the peg? Yeah, the Pega one probably isn't like super high up the list. What if Anne's joined TM? Well, then they get way better, you know. All right, grapple shot from Top Dragon. Any peekers? Just for Diva. Anna Brig is the swap. Echo, Ash in play, and it will be Lucio Anna here from Twisted Minds, so potential vulnerability a little bit for Vigilante. One thing always worth mentioning when they do the Lucio instead of a Brig. Can be hard to keep your Anna alive, but to be fair, they've not been under all that much pressure, and TDNT is going to lose his mech immediately. Alright, that's a freebie. Great opportunity now for Rayoma. Oh, no, never mind, they trade too.
Yeah, no, that great opportunity has dwindled in this blink of an eye. Unfortunate that, you know, for a second there we thought we might actually see something from AOMA, but Theo and Top Dragon, they cannot keep it together. Yubi hiding behind, getting a couple of shots in on Avo. Donghoon now, he's just walking towards the Tracer, gets caught by the dynamite of Quartz, and very nearly goes down, but it's actually Yubi that goes down. Donghoon fooling Yubi into thinking that there was a kill on offer, but it was actually just more bait. More bait. And now we actually have Twisted Minds hiding, charging up their ultimates, waiting for Yubi to come back. Yubi has the pulse bomb. Quartz 60% on the Bob as well, but AOMA, they only have one man on the point. They really should have more than one in this situation. They have such a big advantage. This point taps so quickly, and then Yubi, he comes back, and with his hands guided by God, he lands the pulse bomb on Dongun.
We'll get back out here. They'll clean up the rest of the players. They do lose Bliss, but a reasonable enough player to lose. We'll be back quickly. Theo will try and save his life. Cannot save his life, though. And despite that opportunity, actually been presented 2 giant opportunities. They failed to convert either of them, but they do come back with a whole load of ults. Nano, Primal, all available. Rally as well. And Twisted Minds don't have much more than a Bob to their name, and Nano shortly behind. So need to try and buy a bit of time here, Twisted Minds, or... yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll buy some time.
All right, Quartz just purchased 30 seconds of time. In-game transaction coming through as Top Dragon gets ripped off from across the map. Unbelievable. Now, Twisted, with their purchase time, they have this wealth of ultimates that is building up. The Nano, the Bob, the TVNT bomb, and in no time at all, we're going to see Bliss with the big drop as well. Theomatic actually jumping around the back here, but you can see Vigilante, he's rotating to mark that, get a good sightline, receives the Nano boost, and actually jumps onto Quartz, but Vigi, at the last second, he hits the nade on Quartz, but then Quartz, he stops kiting the right direction, and then Theo actually manages to secure a kill.
The kill comes to Theo on that occasion, manages to convert it. They rally to survive. TVNT trying to get back into mech here, but Ayoma with a chance to move forward. They'll clear TVNT out. Bliss still has this beat, but 3 ults on the side of Ayoma to deal with it. They're forcing a point as well. It's Vigi and Bliss who have to touch. Sleep onto Vigilante now. They will beat through. A chance to stabilize. Quartz is back on Widow, of course. Yubi's killed Alpha in the back, but they die at the choke. But he needs to try and get the touch still. Yubi's anchoring point, but he's also low. Primal in the back takes care of the Widow. Yubi versus 3 now. He gets 1, but a copy Diva's here as well. And that will be the first point falling to Ayoma.
Yeah, expensive first point loss as well for Twisted Minds. I mean, they threw everything that they had into that one, and they came up with not a whole lot for it. Oh, good God. Avo has the Bob going into the second point now. And honestly, I mean, the Arna Brig, it is really good here on the second point. This first choke fight, if Twisted want to go aggressively, they can get some value with the Lucio. But if they just want to play the slow high ground game, the Lucio is not all that valuable, to be honest.
No, it's going to be a hard one. It just really leaves Vigilante slightly exposed. They try and clear Theomatic out here. But he just lands back on car. We'll be able to keep this one moving for now. TVNT wants to put pressure on, but... they've rotated their Brig, but nothing else. Yubi's going to try and go behind now. Doesn't have a pulse bomb, but will just blink into Avo. I think it was that nade must have hit from Vigi there. Yubi will finish it off. He's still behind, and TVNT's just there, and this backline's just going to get deleted. Dongan has taken an aggressive position, but that's just left everyone else exposed. The backline not able to get in, and this is often the trickiest part of a map in this type of mirror. Can you get your backline through this terrible, terrible high ground disadvantage?
I mean, look, the high ground disadvantage, I mean, it's, the thing is they don't really need to do anything for the longest time. With an Arna Brig lineup like this, they should be able to get free push. Theo should be able to sit underneath, shoot out TVNT, and with Top Dragon, just get the push. They should be able to get the cart pushed really, really far without ever needing to take a real solid fight. By the time their backline needs to rotate up onto the high ground, the cart should already be underneath the bridge. So honestly, if AOMA can just leverage that, there would be a chance, but it doesn't look like they're trying to play for the card push here. They're struggling to displace TVNT. Nano Boost comes out onto Theomatic. They're actually going for a hard dive up on the high ground, but the counter Nano from Vigi onto Quartz, and we're going to see Theo, I mean, he's playing with fire here, jumping around in Quartz's face, jumps over to Vigilante, actually knocks him off the high ground, almost gets that fadeaway kill onto Quartz there, but just misses it, and then the beat comes out from Bliss in the chaos. Oh, wow, Yubi takes down Top Dragon. Things are not looking good for AOMA.
Looked so bad for Vigilante, but he just Tony Hawks across it, stays on the bridge. Nothing from a Nano, nothing from a Primal. And the problem here is, even if they'd won that fight, the payload's still so far back. They're still a few meters now. But now they've used their giant bank of ultimates. They're barely round the first corner here. And they're going to have to push into the self-destruct, the pulse bomb. Lots of things to go wrong. They have the rally, but the payload is still so far. They just seem to be bleeding players constantly.
The slow bleed of players is not ideal because now AOMA due to all of this trickling, they only have one fight left. No Bob to touch the cart as well. As things drag out, it's going to be really difficult for AOMA. They're going to need someone to actually stay on the cart. And when you're glued to the objective, you're either unable to dive up on the high ground or you're under massive pressure. A high chance of a nade on the high ground. Pulse comes out from Yubi, but Donghoon, the superstar Korean import, he catches it on his shield. Dive goes up on the high ground onto Quartz, and Twisted Minds, the hit scan will be dropping down onto the low ground, but AOMA, they're no closer to opening this fight up. Theomatic, half health. Backline naded. Pulse bomb on top from Top Dragon onto Blizz is money though. That is going to take down Twisted Minds. And now an opening, a real chance at a push here.
They finally get it. They can be able to set up these forward positions too. They nearly have the Nano onto Alpha here. Vigilante will have a counter Nano, but a great opportunity for here. Theo can maybe even turn it into a Primal as well. So they're going to hold this choke. And despite all the problems they had, if they nail this one, they will complete second. All on this Nano here from Theomatic.
Oh my god, where is the help for poor Alpha? That was an absolute disaster from AOMA. There, Alpha on the high ground gets clipped by Yubi. Yubi just taking him to a sliver of HP, and then a forced C9 as Donghoon goes backwards to try and help Alpha. Oh, horrific.
Disaster, really. All too easy. It was kind of what we saw a bit on Lijiang Garden, where the retakes for Twisted Minds, they can kind of just retake, because retake space that should be really difficult as we get an action replay here of Donghoon just leaving. Goes to help Alpha because of all the damage is coming in. Theo even jumps back to try and get the touch in time, but does not work out. And yeah, just way too easy in these situations, right? And these sorts of holds, when the enemy has to come through these horrendous chokes and you're on some kind of comp with an Ananade and a Winston who can drop in on that, should be absolutely brutal and so difficult, but they just wander out here. And now a really reasonable push for Twisted Minds to finish out the series.
Yeah, I mean, that was also very nice, the Nano Diva at the end there to force the kill onto poor Alpha. I think even if Donghoon had been a little bit more responsive, Alpha was just mincemeat because TVNT, they had pathed very nicely to get over to the Ana, close the gap. Unfortunate about the C9, but honestly, as soon as the Nano Boost came out for AOMA and they did not get anything for it, Theomatic not getting big damage, executing a backliner, it was done for them. They were going to lose the battle of attrition there. And honestly, I mean, just looking so dominant for Twisted Minds. I mean, the first point loss, Yubi fucks up the hook shot. Great start, but, you know, Yubi's still on top.
All right, there we go. Quartz is going to have a go now. Maybe it was a trick. No. Quartz also misses it. Maybe one more for good luck. It's always the third one they fall for. But Quartz, no. We'll just swap over onto the Ash here, and we'll get more of the same matchup we've had so far in this map. Chance to come through here. Just trying to look for a chance to bully out Theomatic. As the problem he's had, he's going to jump above here. TVNT will mirror it. Theo goes down to half HP. Sleep onto Top Dragon in all of this as well. So Ioma have to get their boys out of there, take maybe a little bit of a further back hold as Twisted Minds will come through this choke.
Yeah, Twisted Minds getting that rotation through the first choke rather easily. We're going to need to see AOMA react rather quickly here. You see Avo sneaking in the side, huge dynamite on the ground, and it's looked like it's going to pop onto somebody in there, at least caught TVNT. TVNT getting taken very low, but no kill. Quartz and Avo kind of battling it out over here on that left-hand flank. Oh, wow. Theomatic, I mean, overstaying your welcome just a little bit there, getting caught by the nade and TVNT eating him up, and that is just going to be the first point conceded already for AOMA. They can't hold this.
You can see as well, Twisted Mind's so happy. TVNT will take a little bit of space, but as soon as he gets that opportunity, he sees that engage from Theomatic, he just turns around, and they just blow him up with the nade and the sleep. Thank you, Valerie.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, AOMA, from that position, they're not going to charge an ultimate in time. They really needed a dive. They needed a big purple, and then an execute inside. They needed a big dynamite and a push. But Avo, he did not hit the dynamite. Alpha, he did not hit the game-winning purple. So, I mean, Theomatic, he couldn't maintain that space. He had to just give it up. But, I mean, there's a failing on more than one point there, you know? It's not all on Theo for dying. It's also on Alpha, on Avo for not managing to land any of those skills. Top Dragon forced to use the copy early on in the Peace Hound. Nanoboost comes out onto TVNT again, and Donghoon is just going to disappear from the server. Both supports being eaten up by the tank with no hands. This is unbelievable now. There is not looking like much of a chance at all for AOMA. Only 1 to 2 fights left here on the second point.
Nice nano engage from TVNT. Has got consistent value out of it, and it's now an ult advantage for Ioma, but we're going to see Twisted Minds have a crack at this forward hold now. Try and make their lives a little bit harder than maybe it was for them. There is a sleep onto Quartz, but doesn't really achieve anything. All eyes on how they can get out and get on this background, because Quartz now just has this sideline. Nade will come in, doesn't catch anything. Dynamite in now as well. That one does catch Alpha, and TVNT just waiting. Bob comes through, hits Theo. It's an instant promo, but he slept. Oh, not quite off the map. Theo stays on the map for now, but they have to stay attached to point. They're dealing with the Bob sin. There is an equal Bob as well. Theo onto this backline, booped away one more time. The backline are so low, they're forced out, but TVNT has killed 2 when this happens. The backline is safe here. They have to turn back to point. They give a D-Mech onto TVNT. Self-destruct foe, baby kill, and now Top Dragon can't even get the final touch, but I mean, it was a 1v5. It was over anyway. And TM sweep him.
There was basically no hope there for AOMA. Even from the first map, you could see that there was just a difference in the tier of these teams. Neutral fights again and again and again being ended within seconds as Quartz opens up fights on the hit scans with picks. Theomatic disappears from the server. I mean, the ult games was no different. We saw many times over just low ult value from the side of AOMA, and Twisted, I mean, every time their DPS had an ult, the kill feed was full of them. So honestly, I mean, it was close for all of about 1 second in that match.
Yeah, a complete sweep. I think when I start to think about like how I would rank the EMEA teams, it feels like SSG, ENCE, Twisted Minds, and Virtus Pro. Those top 4, the big 4 if you will, do seem just a cut above the rest of the competition, and those are ultimately the 4 teams we have left right now. Twisted Mind's going to go up against SSG later right now, and obviously playing against Dive went alright for Twisted Minds today. We'll see how much of it they have to do later against SSG.
Yeah, I mean, SSG, I'm praying for SSG's sake that we don't have to see any Arna Brigg Winston coming out from SSG today, because if we see Arna Brigg from SSG, we might be seeing a repeat of what we just witnessed today versus AOMA.
Well, yeah, Lucas points out that maybe SSG are watching this right now going, yeah, I think Arna Brigg might work against these guys.
I mean, I've had no conversations with them since I started the anti-Arna Brigg crusade, so I don't know whether their views have actually shifted or not. All I'd have to do is ask. But I think it's better to be kept in suspense, you know?
Yeah, it's nice to find out live, you know, like have the big reveal.
Yeah. The big reveal where we see like, oh, it appears that SSG have picked King's Row.
Oh, run it back. All right. Good one next, though. Virtus Pro against ENCE in that upper bracket final.
Oh, wonderful hookshot there from Quartz. That's reminded me it might be time to find myself another Hitscan players montage to consume instead of analysing the games. I'm gonna get stuck into that, alright?
Oh, beautiful. Haaland's got a second goal. Are you kidding me? Fucking Haaland. West Ham did score though. A Ruben Diaz own goal. What? Oh, I got Rico Lewis. Yes, Rico. Rico with a return. I wish Jeremy Doku. Does he start? No, oh, he does. He's on the right wing. All right. I wish Jeremy Doku would get some assists, man. I put him in my team. I believed in him. But it might be time to get rid of Count Dooku. Muniz didn't get more. I can't believe they drew against Ipswich, honestly. Maybe I'm going to regret this Muniz signing. Maybe he's going to end up finding himself benched a little bit for Welbeck. There's still time to get a goal, right? What are they? Oh, you're only 33 minutes in. Haaland's going to get a hat-trick or something. I think Chrissy fucking wildcarded. So Chrissy fucking wildcards. You know who he wildcards into his team? He wildcards into his team and fucking captains Erling Haaland. Doku and no Haaland. Am I a drone? No, I went for Mo Salah. Mo Salah was, and to be fair, has Mo Salah scored more points so far than Erling Haaland? What's the matchup? 24 for Salah, 29 for Haaland. Only slightly less considering like the percentage difference in price. Next match, probably just like 5 or 10 minutes. They're not normally that long a break since we're all online. But turn around a little bit quicker than Korea. Yeah, if there's one fixture that is a good time to have a captain Mo Salah, it might be against Man United. Yeah, VP ENCE next, Lucas. Yeah, who do you support? I support Man United. So I'm rooting for Mo Salah, but also for Man United to somehow win the game. So maybe like an 8-7 where Mo Salah scores 7, but Man United still win by, you know, still win. That's my hope, at least. I don't know how likely it'll be, but we can dream, right? We can dream. You captain Saka, Rice Red has you in tears. Yeah, I actually sold Saka this week for Cole Palmer. So even Saka still got the assist right, so it's okay. But feels like there's at least a really reasonable chance right now that Cole Palmer could get some damage done against Crystal Palace, right? And then I'll feel okay about that. Barca 7-0 this week, did they? Shit. Not the basketball team, please, the football team. Where am I looking? Oh, wait, you went to say the result? Wait, am I on the right team? Yeah, this is not the right team. That's the volleyball team. Why is it... Oh, wait, is it just because it's that? Oh, sorry. It's because I mistyped. I was like, where are the results? Alright, this looks more reasonable. Who scored? Fuck. Need to see more to see all the goals. Olmo hit the ground running. I mean, he looks so good at the Euros now. Rafinha, Lewandowski. Rafinha hat-trick. Go on, mate. Olmo again, Torres. Oh, look at this. Fuck me. Do you know if there's, like, FPL, but for, La Liga? Because there's so many signings that are, like, obvious signings, you know? Leeds legend. a proper northern bloke is Rafinha. Yeah, how many assists? Yamal got 1. I don't know who Kubasi is. New player? I don't know. Youngster? That's normally the case with Barcelona, right? Just some crazy youngster you've not heard of, but turns out to be fucking incredible. Yamal 2nd assist. Yeah. Kickbase has it along with Bundesliga. I'll actually write that down. Obviously, I'll be a bit late to it, but I'm actually a sucker for fantasy football. Or, again, fantasy sports in general, so... maybe I'll get 3 or 4 more fantasy teams on the go. Seems like a reasonable use of my time. Lewandowski's unwatched this season. I never know if I'm saying his name right. Lewandowski? It's the next sort of thing, you know when you only read a name? Alright. World of Overwatch vote, this game next, followed by Team SSG. So actually, EMEA is really sizing up to be a pretty good one. Close enough? Alright, to be fair, that's better than I normally get, Mikkel. Mikkel? Fucking Mikkel. Mikkel. For fucking, does anyone remember what was that fucking team called? Kungana Mikkel. And whenever everyone called him Mikkel, it would wind him the fuck up. Fuck me, that's like a blast from the past, no? An absolute blast from the past. That's a real old name, isn't it?
It's going to be audio only. I was about to just turn to the big screen. No.
Who we got? Quartz?
Should be joining us now for an audio interview. Quartz, can you hear us?
Always Quartz.
Yeah, I can.
Perfect. Congratulations on the dub. How do you feel right now? It's been an up and down journey for you in OWCS so far. Where do you see your team right now? How confident are you?
The OG Tomothan? I feel like that's disrespectful to Tomothan. That's a disrespectful comparison. Tomothan, so much better.
Today too. Hopefully we'll get back up.
You know, Quartz, today was a massive performance. I felt like you also performed well against ENCE yesterday in the individual hit scan duels. How do you see this meta in terms of, you're playing a lot of different hit scan? I think a lot of fans got to know you for your Sojourn play, but now it's maybe more of the Ashe and the Widow. How's your comfort level on like these meta heroes? I mean, you've looked fantastic, but do you think that's your best, or do you still prefer where I think first came to love you as a player on Sojourn?
I think I prefer all hit scans. Like, I'm comfortable on all of them, but this meta specifically is not the best for hit scans, so it's a bit hard to perform as I used to. But I think I can still do fine. I can still do good.
How do you think you matches up or stack up against the other teams in the region? You'll be facing off against SSG in the next round here in the lower bracket. How do you feel that Twisted Minds fare up against the likes of SSG?
Oh no!
ENCE and Virtus Pro?
Hello?
I think it's definitely gonna be hard, but I'm hopeful that we can win.
You sound very, very positive. I do love that. One last question before I let you go. After the match yesterday against ENCE, I mean, there was a 3-0 loss that you guys suffered. What was your key takeaway as a team from that match?
I think we were doing a lot of mistakes, to be honest. But I think if we maybe we can win.
Hello?
I think our chances go
Streamer
up
to chat.
78%.
Streamer to chat. Are we back?
Because we weren't playing as a team yesterday.
Streamer to chat.
So many mistakes, but hopefully we fix today and
Streamer to
we'll
chat.
perform better.
Well, you look like a different team today. It was a dominant showing, a dominant performance. So best of luck in your next match.
Streamer to
Thank
chat.
you so much.
Can you hear me? It says it's still really laggy. I've got red bars instead of green bars.
Keep the streak rolling together with the team. Let's take a look at that bracket to see where we currently are at. This is, of course, the lower
Barely
bracket.
alive. I've got like a sixth of I've got like. Can you hear me? Okay. I've got like a sixth of what I normally have streaming. Let me see if I can do anything about
let's
this.
actually take a look at who's still remaining there. Virtus Pro and ENCE. It's going to be the final match up here, and that's our next match actually coming up. But first things first, of course, we want to rest up. Take a few minutes, take a breather, take some water, stay hydrated. And when we're coming back after a quick break, we will
Shut up, so.
This
is the clean feed.
Final match between ENCE and VP. So please don't go anywhere. We see you on the other side.
Hello, hello. Is a radio stream now? Put me. Okay, you can hear me okay? Yeah, it says my speed is really bad, but when I do like a speed test, everything is fine. So OBS just seems to be having a little bit of a bed shitting situation. Don't know, let me see. Hey, probably. Not really. There's nothing at EMEA. Korea was good this morning. There was an absolute dogfight between Pokerface and Zeta Division. Absolute dogfight between Vesta and Old Ocean, as you would expect. And Crazy Raccoon sweeped the fucking Falcons. Which I guess is actually probably what you expect at this point. All the so stands. How many frames have you got? Alright. I've got one idea, but I don't know if it'll work. Maybe if I go to the toilet, do you think it'll fix it? Let me go to the toilet and see if that works. Did it work? I told you if I went to the toilet it would work. I told you it would work.
And welcome back to day 3 of the OWCS Stage 3 main event. Zoe here, joined by Jake and Johnny. We're now heading into the EMEA.
Why am I hearing the
bracket
desk?
final match.
Shut up, desk. This isn't a very clean feed.
A lot to discuss here with those two squads on the server. So let's
Wait, I left my fucking water there. Hold on. Alright, I'm going to fix the stream again. Hold on.
Playing Kiriko over the break. Will we see that again today?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is just their style. They like playing that way. They like having the front line made up of the Diva and the Tracer as well as the Kiriko, and then kind of leave your long-range hit scan with Gala on the Ana hanging.
All right, now I have my top water too.
Like to trade.
It's going to break because I'm back? Do you think I'm the problem? There's no way I'm the problem.
Like, I don't know. I'm just leaving that out there because that's obviously a look that they've been.
Yeah, you call up like Apple tech support, they'll tell you, have you tried flushing the toilet?
The fact that they can play double flex support, right? Where some teams in this region, they prefer to play the Lucio or the Brig instead. So, Virtus Pro, I think they're a really fun team in that regard.
They must have forgot to mute the clean feed.
And will need to have a great performance against Kevster in today's matchup.
Yeah, I mean, ENCE though. Jake, how will that double flex support fare against ENCE, who has shown us so much flexibility yesterday?
My prediction is not.
I'm predicting an ENCE 3-1. That's my prediction as well, Artemis.
SSG is just not that good of a team at dive.
Did X break his stream? No, I fixed the stream. It's possible it was one of you who broke the stream and I'm the one who fixed it.
For the carry to get in and make plays. But I don't think you can say the same for ENCE. Also, ENCE being a team that loves playing Diva dive. If you don't put a Brig on your team against Diva...
Wait, did I have a bet on the 3-0? Or did I not? Not that you should gamble, kids.
You know, so these carry flanks, that trickery... You know, on Circuit Royale, this double flex support, sure, but that's going to be great for ENCE too. I think ENCE is just going to be so comfortable in this matchup, and I think if you don't play Brig in the dive mirror...
I'll change it to a 3-2.
Let's take a look at our preds for this one. I'm very interested to see...
When there was that cybersecurity issue the other day, Microsoft were telling people to reboot 14 times to fix the issue. What's so special about the number 14?
It's just the front line is so strong, the back line is so strong. I love Pistola. Chase might be coming in, who knows?
Hot take is VP win? I don't know. ENCE of a top team right now.
I think this one could be
ENCE of a top team.
competitive. I think VP might find a map here, but I do think...
I think it'll be close. Like, VP will take a map, right? There's good maps of their comp. But I think when they have the Lucio Ana version in their locker now, the like Lucio Ana Diva, that actually solves any potential double flex problems in some of these situations. Looks like it's an ENCE sweep on the desk. How many EU teams make Stockholm? 3. 3 teams get to go. The top 3 based on circuit points, if you remember that. I know it feels like we maybe haven't talked about circuit points in a hot second. But the circuit points will be super relevant. Can I lie and tell chat ENCE VP will win first map so he can make coin? If I had to guess, the expectation is I think ENCE obviously... I can't remember who picks for Koff. Is it actually VP who picks for Koff, maybe? I remember when we asked the other day and there was some kind of like weird situation with like carried over. Like the seeding carried over from like stage 2 finish or something. So I'm not sure who actually picked this first map. I don't know if there's anyone more informed here. How many points you need to qualify? It's just for 3 highest points, Lemon. So it all depends. It all depends how many others get. So SSG and ENCE are both really far ahead right now. So they're the ones to catch. Do you find it surprising that ENCE are doing so well without a coach?
I think VP has a real shot as well.
Shush. Not really. I mean, we've seen Virtus Pro have, I guess more with their Ataraxia, but have reasonable success without a coach. I mean, the players are all experienced and smart. Most of the time, it's only worth having a coach if a coach is good, you know? It's not worth having one just for the sake of it all the time. Is there a world where ENCE or SSG don't make Stockholm? Not really with their points advantage. They'd have to finish like the fact that they've already finished top 4 in this event. If they just do the same in the next event, they don't even have to do particularly well. You know, even if SSG lose to TM later or something, right? They'll still really be fine circuit point wise, and it's not a huge amount of time. What do coaches do? Just tick about, really. Just tick about, collect a paycheck. You know
no, just crank it. Really, crank it with the boys, and ideally you get to collect some prize money for that. Well, at least that's my understanding of events.
Yeah, and if you don't get the prize money, you just get new boys.
Yeah, no, that's what new boys are for. To earn new prize money, basically. Rolling out here is Hevster again on the May, going for the Diva counter pick. Sky gets an early pick out onto Sauna. and Kanail goes down right after. This is a really rough start for Virtus Pro. Rajaro might want to swap off the D.Va here, to be honest, because ENCE, it looks like they've got their number compositionally.
Are you getting the real cast?
Oh yeah, this isn't a very clean feed. I can hear Morello.
Fucking Mr. X, muscling in our territory. Who's he think he is?
Unfucking believable. This is the last thing that I wanted to hear.
All right, I think they fixed actually. Hammer Kick also complained. There was it was a whole kickoff. There was a whole kickoff, by which I mean one polite message.
We've started hammer kicking, and then suddenly Morello is gone. What time are you at up on the top? 28?
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We're in.
Yeah,
all right.
Listening.
First flip to ENCE for Rajaro has taken for a Marcher swap. Kanail nearly has his Kitsune Rush. But Window does come out here, but should be able to walk away from this. Not too much trouble. And now this Kitsune Rush push could be devastating for him here. Vessler does nearly have a Flux. Kev nearly has the Blizzards. Could stop this aggression, but still 2% for Kev. He's looking for it. Drops it now, and his Ash is awfully close. Still has Coach Fo, so gets out of it. Now the Annihilation. Oh, wait, isn't actually close, but he's just walking around punching everyone. The damage is done. Good classic retake there from Virtus Pro. Get close to the point, drop the Kitsune Rush, and just connect that ram onto the backline.
Yeah, Rajaro able to clean up there in the backline. Really good looks for Virtus Pro. Now, they've got to be happy with this because the next fight, they're going to have so many ultimates on their side. Kev's actually making the swap off the Mei over to the Tracer. That's a scary thing if you're a Virtus Pro player. Kev's does such a menace on the Tracer. And ENCE, they're about to have all of the ults to match. VP playing out in the open right now, but the Dynamite from Kai forcing Rajaro off the center pillar. He's getting a little bit low here. Has to continue backing. A lot of pressure coming through, a lot of subscriptions as well, so I'm going to need you to take this one away, CommanderX.
Bobs will be traded on point. Vessler still trying to poke out, looking for that rock timing, will miss it. Now a Flux onto him. Oh, and he just kills it. Kills for Bob, actually. Going to be really low on Rajaro. Forces his Annihilation. Amber beat out. Rebeat from Kellex now to push back in. Should be able to maintain their space, and they'll keep shooting him down. Nearly a window turn for Sky, but does have his Lamp Force. And Rajaro thinking about keep going, but half HP. Form about to expire. Has to go back to point. Now in this window from Sky. Could be dangerous. They have to make sure they de-peak, but Virtus Pro. That Kitsune Rush is coming up real quick here, so we're going to try and window and force point, but Rajaro will just block the entire way, and all the damage is just coming from one direction from ENCE, so it's an easy enough disengage for Virtus Pro, and now they can come back with that Kitsune Rush.
Sauna gets in through the window, manages to get the touch before the point is conceded, but Kanail goes down mid-cast, and I think they've actually gone down so quickly that the Kitsune Rush hasn't even cast itself. It is a full Kitsune Jax or something. Cat Jax, who knows. Either way, ENCE now kind of tearing ahead in this fight. Kevster dueling with Sauna on the side of the point, but ENCE is advantaged. Oh, Rajaro under a lot of pressure in main, and they will go down. No main heals for them. Kanail is back in the fight, but dead again, and now, I mean, the point has ticked up to over 90% for VP, exactly 90% for VP, but ENCE, they are in pole position. One fight left on the map, no matter which way you slice it now.
Did a really good job managing all the aggression there, Virtus Pro, until the final Kitsune Jax did them in. Now they're coming back. It's pretty much a dry fight. They just need to care Kevster's pulse bomb. Sky will nearly have the window, and ENCE could probably quite happy just to sit at the back of a point, farm what damage they can, invite Virtus Pro to try and get the flip. Vessler's actually going to go coast here on the disengage. So they've given up a lot of space. Now they're going to rotate to point, but that leaves space behind for Kevster, and he sets it up for Vestler. Still has this pulse bomb, and Kevster is flanking again. Window from one side, Kev from the other. Sauna's trying to mark it here. Trying not to get his recall force. Will have it come out. Kevster maybe actually in a spot above it. Never mind. Kevster's not in a spot above her. He's able to get the Tracer kill too. It is a 1-for-1 trade as Rajaro gets on point, but he's massively outnumbered. The Flux will finish him off, and Vestler cleaning up the rest of these kills. ENCE take the first round.
Yeah, a rough one there, leaving Kevster unchecked on the flank, and he just tears through poor Shockwave. As soon as you leave that side open, Shockwave is under so much pressure. It's so difficult for him. And now, I mean, ENCE, they're in the driver's seat. It was close. You could see the point was being flipped over to Virtus Pro a couple of times. And Virtus Pro, they were disadvantaged in the first fight from a comp standpoint. So this is looking like we're actually in for a really close match. Like, basically, you know, pound for pound, tit for tat every single fight. But again, you know, we'll have to see if they can extend this out all the way through. Now we've got a Diva Mirror here on Garden. And I mean, I'm not sure. Do you think Diva Mirrors are the strength here for VP? Because this is definitely ENCE's bread and butter.
I think so too. Rajaro has it in his hero pool. I think a lot of these teams, when we've seen them play before, they have a lot of the same strengths. So they want to play the same type of comps. We'll see very similar comps here. Kevster onto the Faravo and Sky onto the Ana does give them a slightly different amount of danger here. They have to keep their eyes on the Sky. Kaneo will be able to wall climb back up from this one. Rajaro did get naded, and Suzu actually got 8 there as well. So Rajaro's in a little bit of a pickle. Will have to try and get topped up. Might just need to leave here. They're all so low on Virtus Pro, and Kai and Sky with the Dynamite, the nades, they've just done so much damage. Virtus Pro just kind of collapse.
Yeah, no, the immediate collapse there for VP. ENCE just muscling them out of the picture. The Ashe Pharah comp, perhaps a little bit more damage in the neutral. Sauna on the Tracer, I wonder if he's going to swap or whether he's happy to stick this one. Sky with the Lucio Ana as well. ENCE, they love this Lucio Ana composition when they can get away with it. Sky always going for these aggressive nades. Greed is a good thing when ENCE is concerned. And now, Sky, he's 70% on the nano boost already, hooning towards it. And Kevster, he's taking a little bit of damage, had to back up onto the high ground. Sauna, he was pressuring the point, which is the advantage of playing the Tracer in this situation. We have Galar on point as well, but Kai, he's so sharp, he takes off Galar's head, but the trades have come through. Virtus Pro have actually managed to take down, there's no supports for either side. Rajaro takes down Kai, so a slight edge for Virtus Pro, but if we look up at the health bars, ENCE doesn't have any health to their name, so it is going to be an easy retake for VP.
Nice angle from Kai. Nails every single shot, everything you can ask for your hit scan out of that fight. But they got the advantage elsewhere. Rajaro's aggression pays off. And now we're going to get a Tracer swap from Kevster once again. And it'll be a retake for ENCE. Looks like they want to try and come through the inside route here. Through the white room onto point. They do have a Nano. They do have a Bob, which they can use to try and force point. But they have to be wary of this Kitsune rush. Might just be a disengage on the Kitsune rush. Or maybe just Nano Vest everyone else Kai. They're taking that slow approach now. Bob is the obvious one to start with. There it goes from Kai. We'll try and force point with it. Kitsune rush in response to this Bob here, so they should be able to burn through Bob pretty quickly. And ENCE will just be quite happy with that trade.
Yeah, no, I mean, that Bob, not worthy of a whole lot, but Kanale's ultimate, that is something that is very scary if you are the Lucio on a team with no support ultimate. So a really good trade for Kai there. Nano Boost comes out onto Vestola. They're going so deep with it. And now Rajaro has lost his suit. He's had to bomb for the remix. Shockwave throughout the Bob. No kills for it, but 1-for-1 trades either side. Rajaro going down. Vestola bombing to remake now as well. Galar still has the beat drop, but can he find the timing to use it? It looks like the answer is no. No beat drop from either Lucio, but the fight is not over because Sauna is trying to kill Sky. Now the fight is well and truly over. Everyone is dead.
Retake now for Virtus Pro, beat in the hands of Gala. Kellex has one to match it though. Kevs is going to have a pulse bomb in no time at all. And I wonder if we'll see the same type of retake. It looks already like Shockwave's trying to lean towards that point side here. So we'll see a very similar situation. The hard part for Virtus Pro is they have to get on point, but if they have to beat first, Kellex can just match it and it puts them in a tricky situation. Nade comes onto Kaneo and Shockwave. Kaneo doesn't use the Suzu, saves that for a more important timing later in the fight. Now the amp comes in. Is Gala just going to drop it? No, just amping to get space on point, trying to poke Vestler out here. They have got Sauna into the back, and they force recall onto Kevster. Just trying to spam and clear Vestler right now, but so hard to clear a Diva, so now they're going to go for beat push timing instead.
Oh, Galar, you can see the inexperience on Lucio shining through sometimes. Going for the beat push when he still has 1 second left on his amp cooldown, meaning that their beat push, it's stunted, it's slow. He's not even able to follow up. And then they answer back. ENCE, they nano Vestola. Kellex takes down Sauna, and everybody for the side of Virtus Pro is collapsing. It was so close to being so good for VP. They had that initial point presence, but again, they need to figure out some of these, finer details. Galar, I mean, I know that KDG would have burned this into Astro's skull through abuse, teaching him that if you do not keep track of your amp, if you waste your amp, you will be executed. And this is what Galar needs too. He needs to watch this back and feel some hurt, because going for the beat push when you're 1 second on amp, mate, that is unacceptable.
It was such a difficult push to take anyway. They were trying to, you look how far back they were on the side of ENCE. It was so hard to connect with that beat in a meaningful way before Kellex can beat back. So you're either just taking the beat trade to try and, get that advantage or win the later fight. But really, if you want to do a beat push like that, you either need someone you can punish, maybe someone who doesn't have a key cooldown, or you want to try and stop the other Lucio using his beat back in response. But they weren't very close to Kellex. They weren't really close to punishing, say, somebody like Sky or something. So they try the beat engage, don't even have the amp, do not get close to him at all. And it becomes a relatively straightforward job now for Kellex to completely counter that. They catch them all on the way in here. And this is the comp we've seen ENCE have all their success on. Nat Diva, Ana. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of it as we go through. But now, Virtus.pro get a choice to pick map. And if you've not seen Virtus.pro play much before, they are very much the double flex support team. They have Gala, who loves to play Alari. And I wonder if we'll go to something maybe like a circuit, something that can move it in that direction for them.
Yeah, I think it could be the move for them here. But you know, forget analysis. I think it's slop time. So I'll see you when I hear the next map start. Yeah, no, who would have guessed?
So yeah, and that was, I'm pretty sure if I remember, that was one of the maps they wanted to go to in the Faceit League. I can't remember the exact plans actually. Ooh. Yeah, I think Kellex has been really good. I mean, he's obviously only just back, but I think when Kellex was playing on Twisted Minds at the start of Stage 1, I think that was probably some of the best Kellex has looked, really. So I thought he looked really good there, and then obviously he takes a step back for a stage, comes back here with ENCE right now for Stage 3. I think he still looks absolutely rock solid. Obviously still playing mostly the Lucio, but super reliable, super good person to have in the team. Everybody likes Kellex. And yeah, it's only seems to be working well for ENCE, right? And now they get to be able to play these Lucio Brig competitions on the maps that dictate it, and they also get to play the Lucio Ana, which really, honestly, not many teams are able to pull off the Lucio Ana very effectively in EMEA. We've really only seen teams like Crazy Raccoon and Falcons doing significant amount of that. Maybe some of the maybe Hajuk Dan have done bits of it as well. But within EMEA, they really are the only team, I think, leaning into it much. Maybe Toronto have done it as well, right? But again, we're talking about like pretty high caliber teams. SSG will be playing Twisted Minds. So the game after this one, SSG versus Twisted Minds. And choice of all the maps here, aside from those control ones. Circuit Royale, the big expectation. Could do a Junkertown type thing as well. Also effective for double flex support if they want to try and get that there. The only downside of going to these double flex support maps, of course, if you are Virtus.pro, is you do allow Vessel to play some Sigma, and we saw Vessel play a little bit of Sigma on Lijiang Tower. Had a pretty good time with it, even playing against the more difficult Ramatra type compositions. And it will actually be Shumbali here, so this either means Virtus.pro want to take more of a straight up, say, Ram mirror. Pretty good for Rajaro, you know. I think Vessel has a good Ram on him, but I think rather have Vessel on Ram than Sigma any day of the week. Or they could also just force some kind of Bapalari type comp here as well. ENCE got rid of the old ass 28-year-old and replaced him with the young and upcoming 25-year-old. Can he complain about the results? If it works, it works. So really double flex support viable, Nishimbali. You don't see a lot of it, but I think when you're a team like VP and you have a kind of unique composition that you're just really, really good at, you can actually you can force it in some of the places where it's maybe not the optimal comp, but it's quite viable. And if you're good at it, you can go quite far with it. And also, if you're good at it, and it's not a very common comp, lots of teams won't have experience playing against that sort of comp. And it's actually going to be an Ana, Brig, Diva, Farah, Ashe defense from ENCE, which is a little bit different here. Normally you see either Lucio-based comps or some kind of double, like an Ana Alari or something, or Bapalari. So very different here. How many tier 3 subs do you have? None, Andra! None! Got no tier 3 level friends. Just a load of tier 1 friends. Which actually makes it sound like tier 1 is better than a tier 3, but that's not how it works on Twitch. And it is going to be a slightly different look here from ENCE. So we'll see if Virtus.pro stick to what they're running now. Sorda's very much just going to go for a grapple shot here. But eyes on Gala and Kaneo in terms of what they're going to pick after this. And it will be Bapalari.
Bapalari, I mean, I think that this is a good look for VP, to be honest. Anywhere where they can get away with the double flex support comp, that is probably the best look that we will ever see from VP. I'm wondering whether Vestola is going to be able to shut out one of the two flex supports here. I'm wondering whether this map is actually wide enough and safe enough for the double flex to be a good pick for them. Because the scariest things will probably be these Nano Fire and Nano Diva turns, you know, where Galar and Kanale, they're going to be under massive amounts of pressure. I'd say the same for Shockwave, but Shockwave, you know, seasoned veteran, he doesn't go down without a fight. Sauna, however, gets an early pick onto Sky. Oh, was it a rock? Is that what caused it?
Yeah, Sigma assists, so I'm guessing it must have to be a rock. Meanwhile, Gala's taken this far right side, and, well, pretty easy first point if something like that happens. Shockwave's going to claim a good part of the credit, and they're going to be rolling this right around the corner, and because they took that slightly further back hold, it is just going to be a two-fight situation here for ENCE, and because Sky's the first one to go down, normally you're hoping for your Nano first, but you're actually going to be nowhere near any ults.
Oh, yeah, no ults at all for the recontest. That is going to be brutal, because now Virtus Pro, they have complete control of the sideline here. You'll see nobody on the flank right now. Where is Kevster, actually? Kev is in main, so nobody on the flank, but a nice nade from Sky actually catches Galar. Galar then dies as soon as the lamp goes down. So even though Virtus Pro, they were in the driver's seat, they had the positions. Oh, incredible discipline from Sauna, actually, there. So much damage on Sky. Also takes down Kai. Sky-Kai duo both torn up by Sauna. Really nice play here from Sauna coming through. Actually, insane Tracer performance right now coming from the Finn. Helix manages to catch him though just before he gets the mega health pack. Oh, it was so close.
Such a great play. Got free in the end there. Perfect flank, but unfortunately they lost for frontline battle while that was all happening. So it will be a reset. They might catch Gala here, actually. He has to be lamped out of this one and shielded and Matrix. So they keep Gala alive, but it costs him a few key cooldowns. And now Sky has this Nano. I expect this is very much going to be put on Vessler here. And this backline going to be put under big pressure.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, Virtus Pro, their backline, it can carry, it can do so much, but this comp, there is a lot of greed involved, there is a lot of risk, and it's looking like so far that risk is not paying off one bit. Galar has gone down early in the piece multiple times, and suddenly, there's only a minute and a half left to push this out. You know, if you want some solace for Virtus Pro, they do have a bunch of ultimates, but ENCE have just as much to match. So this is a very scary fight right now. Kevster has a pulse bomb. He's sneaking in the back. Bob comes out for Kai. Kev is shooting in the back line. Galar pulls out the captive sun. Will he land anything with it? I don't see any kill connection, but Kai's Bob goes down. So that's one ultimate burn for Virtus Pro, one for ENCE.
Now we're going to try and bob through the room here. It means Shockwave's under a lot of pressure. Kanale needs help too. Lamp window just trying to burn through Vessler here. He has self-destruct if he gets into trouble, but they can't deal with it. And Vessler and Sauna right now, they are just crushing this Virtus Pro backline.
Yeah, Vess and Kev together in the backline, making mincemeat of VP's backline. And I think Galar is going to have to make the swap over to Brig now. I think if he sticks it out on the Illari, it's just not going to happen. It's looking so dicey for them. And honestly, this final fight, I mean, it looks like all of the makings of a full hold. Galar has stuck the Illari, and there is a Nano Diva in play. There is so much risk right now for Virtus Pro. A huge ult deficit and an insane combo for taking down double flex comps. I don't know how Virtus Pro is going to manage this one shy of a miracle. Kev is also hiding here with the pulse bomb. He might be able to get an early opening pick if they're not careful. Pylon broken. That's already going to reduce the throughput. Sauna gets a pulse onto Kai. This could be the miracle we were after. Sauna doesn't have recall, but Kev still has the pulse bomb in the back pocket. ENCE have so many ultimates at play though. Nano Boost comes out onto Vess. Oh, Kanale. He's being pushed. He does go down. It's even now. Sauna dead to Kellex, and things are not looking good for Virtus Pro, Zav.
So much value from Vessler in every single one of these dives. Every nano timing was brutal. And the one time they did have space and advantage, they just, again, it's just the backline crumbles. It's sort of a tricky situation, right? Because you want your Illari to try and take her own angle, take a bit of space, influence the game. But as soon as that BAP and Illari start to split, you can see Vessler and Kev, they just pounce on that timing every single time. The risk of nades, the risk of nano. And you see Kanale, he's saving all his cooldowns for this. He has the shift, he has the lamp, he has shockwave with him. But they just can't survive despite all of that. Even Window did one time, still they just got crushed.
Yeah, I mean, this double flex lineup, I mean, you really need to see something out of Galar, and we didn't see anything on this attack, you know? Brig is like a real quiet carry hero, just allowing you to push slowly through these chokes, sustain yourself, but instead going for the greediest version of the comp and not getting anything for it. I don't think I ever saw Galar get a kill on that offense. Nothing with the Captive Sun, nothing with the neutral, only first deaths. And I mean, that's just the nature of the double flex comp. It's not an indictment on Galar's ability to play Illari by any means. It's just, it's a bit of a hot and cold matchup. If you can't carry, you will be throwing.
And especially on this first part of Shambali, it gets a bit easier the later you get in the map, but maybe especially on second. But this first part, it's not actually that wide, so getting space to have that influence, really tricky. So a bit surprised that we do end up going here of all maps, but they now need to go for the fuller hold. Initial dink from Kai, only onto a Sigma bow, and actually Sauna gets the kill onto him instead. So freebie for Sauna there, triple blink in, clean from him, and Kev's gonna go Genji with this now.
Yeah, I mean, Sauna did not come to play today. He is dominating. He's had some insane performances already in these first couple of maps, but it's just not looking like it's enough. Cleans up Kai early on, but of course, Kai is going to be straight back into the fight, swapping over to the Ashe. He's done peeking spawn on the Widowmaker, and now it's just a question of whether or not Virtus.pro can hold this high ground. D.Va, Brig pushing out, Anti catches Shockwave, lamp invested from Kanail, and everyone on Virtus.pro has to kite away. Kev has a good angle right now, but Vess has lost the suit. Kev going all in, misses a crucial shuriken, but Kai, he manages the finish. Fortunately, Kevster, he's busy dashing into walls. He feels like he has the blade, so he starts shitting the sheets, and there we go. It's looking like Virtus.pro will be able to hold this. It would be wonderful for them if they can get some of these cleanup kills, but Galar, he's unable to get the angle. It's looking like ENCE have been able to kite out. Look over to ults now too. Sky, he already has the nano boost. Kev 65 on a blade. They're so fast with these ults. Rajaro, he's juicing damage on the Sigma. We need something online for VP yesterday, because next time we have a shift online for Vestola, we're definitely going to see a nano push turn.
This has been the bit they've been struggling with the entirety of Shambali here. So all eyes on Vess. They're trying to give a bit of space right now. Leave Rajaro anchoring the point and give themselves a bit more room to kite into. Vessler is going through now. Doesn't give a nano actually. Kai finds a pick. Will get traded. No flux value here. And now the nano is onto Kevster. But the sleep from Sky. Gala can't trigger that right now. Now the blade from Kev. This could just be the finisher. It doesn't even have that much left to kill. Turns around. Gets all the cleanup there. But really the sleep from Sky helped them to no end survive that Captive Sun timing.
Oh, disastrous for Virtus.pro. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Shockwave getting picked early in the fight. Galar slept after throwing out the Captive Sun, meaning that he's not able to pop it and execute Sky. There is a chance here for Virtus.pro. Rajaro is on the cart. They have ultimates for the touch as well. Bob comes out for Kai and Shockwave both. The Bob, I'm not sure that Bob is on the cart. Kanail has had to throw down the window in main as well, and he is dueling a Bob tooth and nail, just playing his life here. But now there's no tank alive for Virtus.pro. Rajaro is baby D.Va. Kevster executes him. Kellex is on the cart, and it is looking like ENCE are just going to clean this one up.
Sort of gets the late trade, but it's not enough here, and we just see ENCE in control of every situation. They're so lethal on the dive. They're so hard to deal with. Even with a slightly different version, they can't survive it. I mean, Sauna's getting through so much work during all of this as well. It's kind of just been overshadowed by the fact that the team's not getting anything done, but Sauna's having like a pretty good game so far. But ENCE, they need an answer to this, and I don't know where you go now if you're Virtus.pro, because in theory, if you go to this map first, you thought this was your best double flex support map. So
yeah,
that clearly didn't work, and they potentially need a new solution.
I would love to give my 2 cents, but the people, they yearn for one thing and one thing only. So I'll see you when the music changes, mate.
So, what maps are even in the pool, huh? What maps are even in the pool? That would be viable. Because the other obvious one maybe would be Junkertown or a circuit, but because we went to Shambali, those two are off the table. Hybrid-wide Blizzard World? Blizzard World? I feel like we don't see a lot of Blizzard World, but maybe they could give a double flex support there. Maybe it's ENCE meta. I mean, if you were to say there's a meta where you can play Lucio, Ana, and D.Va, and then some kind of Ashe and Tracer / Pharah type meta. Seems like they have decent players for that, you know? Seems like they have decent players for that overall. I'm in denial. Oh, sorry, I just read the X. You're in denial. You're actually tagging somebody else. Once again, it's not all about me, as much as I want it to be. I'll just wait over here. I'll just wait over here. Kellex is for secret source? He could well be. I mean, he won... Kellex... Wait, think about this. Think about this for a second, alright? Kellex wins stage 1, goes away stage 2, lets somebody else win it, comes back stage 3, wins stage 3. That'll put, out of the 3 stages so far this year, Kellex would have won every single one he played. Is that right? I've not misremembered anything or forgotten anything, have I? Then he's got to quit for stage 4. Yeah. Yep. You guys are looking at it from such a negative angle, you know, such a negative angle. Who's the problem? Which witch should we burn? Is it possible that they did okay with the roster they had, and now they just got some nice upgrades in the form of, like, Wimone and Kellex? And that they've learned and grown as a team? Or do we just want to burn witches? Because if we want to burn witches, then it's probably Ghost is the correct witch to burn. We're burning? That's fine. That's fine. Burn witches. That's fine. I thought I'd throw out an alternative, but if we want to burn witches, who am I to stop the mob, you know? Will's in North America right now. But Will's in North America, but if ENCE need him, Will will be there. He'll answer the call. Obviously, he'll be on ping, but he'll answer the call. Can we say it's now Kellex over Astro? Ooh, that's a big step. That's a big step. I'm not sure I'm ready for that conversation yet. I need to see more. Because Astro and Lucio, so fucking clean with it. Season 12 is officially live. New hero, maps, and battle pass. What new maps are there? Is it the Clash maps now officially live or something? Oh, bit of a false start here. Fucking Smurf against London. Astro right now is like Ange in 2021. I never read on Ange in 2021. So incredible then? What do I think of Rajaro as a player? I think, yeah. Really kind of come from a little bit of obscurity. We played against him a few times when we were on London when we would like have an EMEA team warm us up. And we thought he looked relatively decent. I think I remember, who was it? He played Winston against us or something, and I was like, oh, this guy's alright at it. Which maybe obviously has turned out not to be super relevant, but a couple of people said he was decent, and I think he's had a really good year so far. Really good year. I'm glad he got the opportunity on Virtus Pro, because in theory, if you're looking at his Virtus Pro team on paper, you maybe wouldn't necessarily like think of Rajaro as the person to fit into this team. But now he doesn't look out of place at all. Looks more than capable of playing in one of his top 4 teams, holding his own. Alright. Grapple attempts, all missed from Sauna. We'll go back over to the Tracer here, and we get Anna, Brig, Diva, Tracer, Ashe on the side of ENCE. And now we're going to get the double flex here from Virtus Pro. So, expect Kanail to try and flank through here. We often see him go underneath and behind, kind of where Vestal is positioned right now, get through the hotel. But he's actually going to TP underneath here. Will get himself round. Just holding onto the high ground now as ENCE. Vestal is just trying to hold his position. Nade does land actually onto Gala. They're looking for an opportunity, but Kev can't quite find the follow-up, so we'll just reposition around Statue. Now makes his way through back into Hotel. Got his eyes, dodges for sleep. Well, more of a miss than a dodge, but same result. And now they've actually managed to find Kai here. Vestal gets the engaged. This Kiri Tracer. They've got good position, but they've not found all that much yet. And hold on, I think I need to answer the door. a delivery. We'll deal with
Oh,
that.
Hola.
I'm back.
Yeah, I was extremely late to this one. Missed a full minute of the map. Looks like we didn't miss anything at all, though. Virtus Pro on the double flex support comp, just getting held by ENCE here on first. Did you miss the first minute too? I heard I'm back, or was that welcome back?
No. Yeah, I just had to grab a piece from the door, so I saw like the first 40 seconds, maybe missed for 20 seconds in between. So there's a bit of blank time between both of our timelines if the police need a statement.
We may or may not know what happened between 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Shockwave takes down Kellex, though. That's a good start for VP. They needed that. The counter nano coming up huge, but Galahi does go down. So the nano onto Vestola, it's just as valuable. Rajara takes down Kaido, so the fight is even. Looks like Rajara is going to keep pushing into the backline. Kanale and Rajara together in the spawn of ENCE, actually going and making something happen, taking down Sky. Oh lord, what just happened there? Kanale flying from the top rope? What sent him that far? What the fuck was that?
He just comes swinging in like Tarzan. Unfortunately, swings straight. I guess more George of the Jungle, right? Swings straight into that tree. There's going to be 4 people old enough in chat to understand that reference. Now we see Rajaro getting back into the mech here, so Virtus Pro can continue the attack. They'll start forcing point now. You see Kev trying to make his way through Hotel, and he's going to clear top now, but Kai's already moved his way over. But Bob from Shockwave hasn't done all that much for Rally from Kellex. Now, trying to bash out of this one is Kellex. The Kitsune Rush comes through now, but Vessler is behind. Suzu does keep him alive for now, but here comes Kai's Bob. Just bulldozes Sauna. Takes him out. Both DPS down now for Virtus Pro. They get one trade, but it looks like ENCE should be able to give a hold. They're all stuck behind him here. Vessler wants all the kills. Gets through the sleep. Garner does get the mega here. Is trying to deal with both supports here, Vessler, but they are coming to help him, surely, right? Surely they're coming to help Vessler. Yeah, he has to bomb.
Oh, no, that's not an advanced method of staggering. Actually gets the bomb out of Vestola. That is reasonably valuable. If Gala can get out through main, that would be wonderful as well, because he is so close to that nano boost. Kevster taking down Sauna for the nth time this offense. Vess shifting very deep, trying to get the catch on Gala, but Kanale is back out of spawn with the Suzu to keep him alive. That means there will be no Suzu for the next 20 or so seconds for Virtus Pro. They need to relax a little bit, because there is going to be a nano Vess in no time at all. ENCE, they're a bit light on ultimates, but the same can be said for Virtus Pro. Shockwave is actually over on the Widow right now, so we need to be mindful when touching the point. Only 1 tick to play with for ENCE. Nano comes out, Gala gets pushed, and there is no help. Gala going a little bit too early. The nano turn not going to happen for Virtus Pro. Sauna needs to touch the point now, because I can see Rajaro on the flank. Rajaro not on the flank. He pump faked me, and there we go. Sauna takes down Sky, but 2 trades, and it's... Oh, God. Now, suddenly, I mean, this is looking like an easy for ENCE type situation, you know? 2 map lead, full hold on King's Row. Not good. Not good.
No, and you see the timing they're going on. Every time Kanale goes with Sauna to try and get and sort of overpower this flank, we've seen Kanale doing this before in previous series in King's Row, where he finds himself getting behind underneath, and then he can climb through that really high up window, start to get a bit of a pincer on enemy backlines. But Vessler and Kev are finding these timings so consistently, either through Sky's nade or Kai's dynamite, or sometimes even just by themselves. And they're just shutting down Gala all the time. Never really got a chance to push properly without just having somebody traded there. So 91.9% sounds like a big number, but in this context, is really, really absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so good for little Sauna right now. I'm going to be honest. I thought rolling into this match, there was a very real chance the VP could take it to ENCE. And watching that first map, it looked so possible. It looked like such a slim margin. Going into the second map, though, going into Shambali, the cracks really started to show. VP, they played their double flex stuff, and ENCE, they just had the answer for every fight. It turns out the answer to good double flex play is insane DPS play from the side of ENCE. Kevster always marking these wide players, always catching these kills, and Sky, he's got a hell of a throwing arm on him. He must have played baseball as a boy, because he's constantly landing purples on backliners that are changing the game for the side of ENCE. VP now, they have a massive task, a full hold for 4 minutes. They need to stop 91.9% of the cap here on first point. Kev on the Genji, so ENCE, they're playing a comp where 1 clean wipe and nano blade is all that they may need. We're actually seeing Vess on Monkey, a little bit unexpected here, I will say. The Vunky is perhaps not something that was on my bingo card for today. Kev's going very deep. Shockwave coach gunning himself, but Sauna is there, gets the kill.
Gives him a chance to stabilize. Shockwave will hit that dink as he drops down as well. They've rotated away from Vesta, trying to get into position to cancel his jump out there, but can do nothing more than hit the dynamite. But they still get a few late kills. Kellex trying to get in a fight, trying to get a trade, but will actually get booped to safety there. And there'll be a full reset here. Oh, late trade onto Shockwave, though. Oh, disaster, really. They've done the hard bit. Now they lose a player and a chance for ENCE to go really early. They've nearly got this rally. They've nearly got this nano. The good news for Virtus.pro is they have both support ults as well. But look at all this free space ENCE are going to get in main now.
Yeah, no, this is really rough for VP. They get all of the kills they need, and then they have to concede so much space because of Shockwave's stagger. They really can't even afford to give a tick here because the pressure will just start to mount down the line in the big ult fights. They are still in this one, though. They have so many ults online. Rajaro gets the counter nano boost. He needs to get on top of Vestola right now. It actually is, maybe he's better off taking down Kai and Sky. The Kai-Sky duo both going down in a flash, essentially. Sauna takes down Kellex as well, but they're not out of the woods yet. Vestola on the monkey is primaling the backline. It's actually a 2 versus 2. Ves and Kev both duking it out on the point. Ves with the primal. He's trying to cut off Sauna. Sauna's recall force now, and now I think Virtus.pro, they're going to have to concede some ticks.
Kaneo is with Rajaro here, so they can at least top him up. Sauna's got behind him now as well. They're trying to combine onto Kellex here, looking for it, but it's Kevster and Ves. They find the opening first. Oh, Rajaro does still have bomb. They're trying to deny the baby here. Needs to get back into mech if he can, but Kai denies it. And now the blade from Kev. Might not even need it here, but he's going to drop it onto Vianna. He doesn't know where Vianna is. He doesn't know where Vianna is. He's found her. He's found her. He's got her. There we go. ENCE win the series.
Kev tried his best there with the blade at the end, but it is a Kevster blade, so you get what you pay for. Thing is, that final kill from Kevster onto Shockwave, that was what really sealed the deal. They needed that Bob so badly for the final fight, and Kev, he isolates Shockwave early on, takes him down, and that's I mean, it's easy
that was
for
so
ENCE, isn't
fast. That was an unbelievably fast series, actually. No,
yeah,
for what should have been like the upper bracket, bigger.
As someone with a vested interest in sleep, I'm actually quite happy with that outcome. Yeah, a results-based spectator right now.
It's
I'm
a
actually
big
happy
result
that there
for
is
the
a
result
rolling
heads.
schedule. Result grinning ear to ear right now. It's 4 a.m. and we're almost done with EMEA, so gotta be happy with that. And slop heads rise up now because you know what happens when map ends. Alrighty.
Oh, and well, I am told it's easy for ENCE. What a great opportunity now. Do I tuck into this pizza? I don't know if anyone saw it while I was live, but my fiance made homemade pizza. Oh, so this is what I answered the door to. So can't complain about this. We got mozzarella, we got ham, we got mushroom. Mozzarella, ham, and mushroom. Obviously some cheddar as well, and some like Mariana sauce. So I'm feeling good about that. But I might go get. I'm low on Diet Coke, and obviously without Diet Coke, I can't function as a full adult. So I might go get another one. That's a real pizza. Get some kebab sauce. Mariana, is that not right? It would be really unlikely that I'd say a word incorrectly. So make sure you're right. Oh, marinara. Yeah. All right. You guys are right on that one, but that's the first time I've ever mispronounced anything. Socks home. Yeah, come on. I was casting at the time. Now for typing, I get a gimme. I am very bad at typing, but that one I get a pass, and I'm sure of it. Socks home delicacy. Fuck me. Oh, all right. What am I thinking? Am I thinking? Sorry, let me just do a couple of things, and then we'll do an ad, and I'll go get a break. It shouldn't be a long break. It's TM versus SSG, so Team have already essentially had a break while this game is going on, so they should be able to start relatively quickly. We're probably looking at like a 5-10 minute type break. So if you want to go grab a drink, grab a snack, get yourself all locked in for this next one. Might be a really reasonable really reasonable type thing to do. Boom. 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 Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Wait, what's the score? Sorry, let me check the scores before I go. Oh, no more Erling Haaland goals. Cool. All right, that's not... Honestly, not the worst possible result. Emerson with a foul. Okay, not the worst result. Not the worst.
Here we go.
All right, cool. Be right back. I'll grab another drink. I'll leave you with this so he's got something to watch. We'll do a big ad break, so we shouldn't need any ads for at least the next couple of maps, which would be beautiful. Be right back.
Juno. My adventure has just begun.
Miss anything good? Do we get an ENCE interview? I tuck into this pizza as well. Oh. No interview? Huh. Will you lose all your money on SSG again? They should still be favourites, despite a string of a couple of poor results this week. Still favourites over TM, I reckon. Mm. Mm. Oh. Thank you, Brooklyn Banana, as well. Sorry I missed it. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Can you have some? Yeah. That's in the parasocial category. Feed in chat. Will you do more of those player interviews? Yeah, I want to do it for stage 3, but the week that was like the normal week I'd do them, I had to have like a filling and I had to have, well, I say I have to. My parents also came to visit. So I did that instead and there just wasn't enough time. But stage 4, planning to do them again. I think SSG do Gandalf. Yeah, maybe it was a Freudian slip, Lucas. So the predictions from the desk have been TM won't beat Aoma, but will beat SSG. This is so reactionary, no? Like, so reactionary. These guys are fucking shit. Aoma are gonna win. Oh, they just beat Aoma? These guys are the fucking goats. It's called a clean feed true blade. You have to be a level 2 CoStreamer, so you have to like apply and get approved by OWCS. So unfortunately not available to the public. Oh, I've got a message. Is it a good message? Let's see. Why is Uber half tuck in his shirt? It's called a French tuck, I'm reliably informed by my my fashionable friend Max. Yes, Juby is the answer. What do you got for crunch? Am I crunching? You get some free ASMR? Oh, I should probably finish this slice, shouldn't I? Alright, we got halfway through the pizza. Reasonable progress, reasonable progress.
Hola.
Hola, I'm just finishing a slice of pizza, so, you know, you're in charge.
Fucking hell, mate. You eat nutritious during the co-streams. Pizza, cheesecake, you know, it's not bad. You could do with a full English, you know, maybe tomorrow morning.
Is homemade pizza? Would that make you feel better? I don't like to upset my nutritionist like this.
does homemade make pizza more nutritious? At the end of the day, it's all just carbs and cheese, so I don't know. Maybe if the homemade means that you've sprinkled a bunch of vegetables on top, then there's a chance.
There's
Looks
mushrooms.
like the Twisted Minds, Twisted Minds rolling out on an anti-Winston comp, and SpaceStation going with one of their more classic compositions, the Winston Rush. Will be interesting to see whether they can make this work. With the Cassidy and the Junker Queen, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Hardy. Psycho also needs to be very careful. Quartz on the Cassidy, that is a very scary pick indeed. Hardy gets a knife from the TVNT. Lens comes out for Landon, so Hardy's going to be just fine, and it looks like Twisted are leaning towards the point. Funny Astro, though, he's so low. He needs to chill out. Hardy jumps up, throws down the bubble, and now there's no Suzu for Hardy. This is a little bit dangerous for SSG. I think they're going to have to concede space on the point. We'll actually see Hardy jump out and take the Mega, but the point does go over to Twisted Minds. No, not enough stall from Sparker. Quartz so low, but Psycho not in range to beam him down. There we go on the second jump. 1-for-1 trade. Hardy and Quartz go out together. Landon 67% on the Kitsune Rush. It's such a slow build here. We're going to see a beat from Funny Astro come up much sooner. Sparker closing in on a pulse bomb as well, but again, Twisted, they have the control. They've got the first cap, so every second this fight drags on, it's a win for Twisted. Landon catches Bliss though, and that's a wonderful start. Now Twisted are really going to struggle to kite out any ultimates from SSG. Maybe no ultimates are even going to be needed as Psycho takes down TVNT, and it's looking like a SpaceStation sweep for the end of this fight. Not the best first fight for them though, as they've lost 36% of the cap in the process.
Yeah, it really worked out so nicely considering it was quite a lot of capture progress they were losing. Now we're going to get a big old ult throwdown here, so they can trade support ults, but if they do that, Twisted Minds should, in theory, get to this Rampage, which can be a brutal finisher if you don't have Suzu, you don't have Beat to deal with it. So really got to worry about the late fight here, but the initial problem for Twisted Minds is just surviving some of these initial dives, because they just lose people on this first timing. Now they're trying to go through the Mega Side. Kitsune Rush quite far back. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Copy comes in now. Copy Junker Queen for Psycho as the Beat comes back. Astro still has his. He's holding on to it though, because this Primal from Hattie's just keeping them all pinned into this corner. Psycho probably not going to get this Copy Rampage ultimately, but he's separated this Queen and now they're hunting him down. Rampage to get out TVNT. Can they turn any of these kills? No, Suzu's. Astro still has his Beat through all of this. So Twisted Minds, they're going to have to slow it down. Quartz is back in the fight, but now High Noon versus Beat. Pulse Bomb in hand. Looks really reasonable for SSG now.
Yes, honestly, not a bad ult exchange at all for SpaceStation. Even though they haven't netted any kills, they've bought so much time. We're already up to 60% on the clock. A beat push coming out from SpaceStation. Quartz tries to counter it with the High Noon, and it's looking like it's worked out because the Suzu from Vigilante, it was perfect. Psycho trapped behind enemy lines. Sparkle whiffs the pulse bomb, and that is going to be the DPS of SpaceStation falling over. Now, SpaceStation, they must be in full stall mode. Hardy actually jumping off the point, and the point in no time at all is going to flip over to Twisted Minds. Everyone from SpaceStation dying off the objective, playing more for trades than for stall, and it is anyone's game at this point. No ultimates online for either side, but take a look at the support ultimates for Twisted, because that's where we're going to see the biggest difference. Funny Astro, he held that beat for so long in the previous fight, and as a result, Bliss is so far ahead this time around. If we see mirrored Kitsune rushes here in this fight, Bliss will be able to layer in a beat, and Astro will have nothing to answer back. So this is going to be a very scary fight for SpaceStation if they do not manage to kite an ultimate in the first layer.
Twisted Minds is playing at the back of a point now, allowing him to get a bit of space. Sparker's taking this far left angle, looking for Hattie's next engage timing. Quartz would be their primary target if they can get to him, but it's just a slow, steady one, so we are approaching last fight territory of TM can win. And there's that Kitsune rush trade. Bliss has the beat, will drop it in, catches everyone here. SSG are committed though, so Psycho will die, will get taken down, and they're going to be really pushed for a recontest here. They have to try and clutch. Hattie's going to throw it in. Pulse Bomb connects from Yubi. Doesn't find the kill though, but Hattie is awfully low. TVNT will finish that one. Yubi now on the backline finishes Landon. It's just Astro. He nearly has beat, but they don't have a lot of time to get the touch here, and they're trying to focus down Astro desperately. He gets onto point, but he has to die for it. Sparker's going to fall. Psycho flying for it, and TM take the first round.
being asked which team is on top, and it is appearing that currently it is Twisted on top. There in that ult exchange, Hardy, he got the primal out, but SpaceStation, at no point did it seem like they were trying to disengage. Maybe they didn't recognize the position they were in. They could not win in the meat grinder. They needed to charge up more ultimates. They were not going to secure a kill there. Despite all the heroics, Landon TPing off the pulse bomb, Hardy primaling at a sliver of HP, they just didn't have the staying power to win this one. 2 beats to 1 is a really big deal on Koth, and Psycho going down 80% on the copy, that is game losing stuff. SpaceStation there, a little bit too aggressive for the ult situation. Now on the next round, we're going to see a all too familiar matchup. SpaceStation on the Malga, Twisted on the Diva, but Vigilante, take a look, he's on the Ana. This is a big liability for Twisted Minds. Hardy on the Malga, if he can find an angle to pin onto Vigi, that could be huge. Right now though, we see Vigi and Quartz both playing on the back high ground, and from there, they have rather passive angles. They can't do much aggressively, but in the same breath, no aggressive plays for them, but they're also not going to be pinned by Hardy. It's impossible to pin up that slope. So right now, Hardy, he's just going to park himself on the corner of point, and it's going to be up to the players of Twisted Minds to push forward and get those aggressive angles. Hardy's been poked out. Landon goes down to Quartz.
It looked like they were waiting just really far back, Twisted Minds, trying to wait out that engage, but then Quartz starts creeping forward, and all of a sudden, Hattie's chunk may have it for space. Yubi's going to get traded late here, though, so SSG are going to have a bit of an easier walk-up, and Hattie's low, so they'll get a bunch of free ult charge off that. Vigi is getting very close in this nano here as well. Might just be defensive nanos in this situation. You see Vigi, he doesn't want to move off this high ground at the back, just trying to anchor them, but it means they concede so much space here, Twisted Minds. But Quartz is just going to keep shooting people in the face. The good form from earlier continues. They try to double down. Psycho dies in the way in, but they're just, it's not the highest high ground, but they're just out of this Malga's reach.
Oh my lord, Quartz is starting to make SpaceStation look a bit like one-man army, to be perfectly honest. Picks in the neutral time and time again, showing up on the Ash here and just cleaning up. Hardy, he's actually going to give up on the Malga. He sees the issue. He sees that Vigi and Quartz are so uncontested. And now we see the Tracer Echo Winston come out once again from SpaceStation, but it's going to be a real uphill battle because Twisted, they have 50% of the cap and 5 ultimates to defend their position. Sparker pre-fighted another headshot from Quartz. Quartz takes down Psycho as well. Somebody stop this man. The 30 pumps of Dior Savage have gone to his head, and he's having his way with the SpaceStation roster.
Beautiful one, that one. They knew Sparkle was coming behind. Yubi must have been calling it. Quartz just 180s, takes his head off, and now complete control. 70%, not a single ult used for Twisted Minds. SSG are going to get these support ults. They have a Venture in play now as well, but they are so far behind in the ult economy, so far behind on the cap. SSG have to win this fight right here.
SSG have to win this fight, but how can they do it? 5 ultimates to only 2? It's going to be an absolutely monumental ask. Once again, Quartz from a safe position throws in the Bob. The Bob has a bit of a strange angle, but it looks like SSG are going to struggle to poke it out. They've all been corralled into the corner of point. Things are looking really difficult for them. Bliss throws out the beat. Twisted are actually investing heaps of ultimates. SpaceStation, they might be getting the trade that they needed. They've bled everything from Twisted Minds, and they're all still alive. Pulse Bomb lands on Hardy. The Suzu comes out from Landon, but it's late, and that means that SpaceStation, they do need to slow down. Sparker comes in with the Pulse Bomb, whiffs it, but SpaceStation in the chaos, 5 ultimates to 2. They flip the point. Things are looking okay for them, but then Psycho goes down. A massive nade from Vigi, potentially converting it. Hardy 91% on the Primal Rage. Just one more big jump, and he will be able to turn this around. Sparky, he has to touch. He gets the touch, but Quartz, he's chasing Spark down, and SpaceStation, they don't have it. There's only Hardy left alive. Slept up on the point. He can't even get the Primal Rage. Vigi, he gets the sleep.
Twisted Minds dominance on Volcano here. Dealt with every single thing. DPS getting shut down left, right, and center. Quartz having his way with the SSG DPS right now. You can see as well, Yubi spending most of his time just trying to mark those angles, deny the Tracer, deny the Echo, setting up so many of these kills. Meanwhile, TVNT just anchors for point. I mean, it looked like they'd finally found their breakthrough, concede a lot of space, but then that nade timing just finds its way through, and they turn kills off that. Everything going right for them. We talked about how having someone like Vigi in the roster here gives them this distinct Ana advantage over a lot of EMEA teams. We saw ENCE have success with it with Sky, but Vigi equally as good, if not better, on the Ana as well.
Yeah, very, very rough matchup here for SpaceStation. I thought that Samoa would be a good map for them too, because now they're going to have to be in a position where they're thinking, there's no good options. If we couldn't win the Winston Rush on Samoa, where do we take it? Any map where Backbone can potentially get play, it's going to be awkward. There's always going to be TVNT on the Diva or the Junker Queen, something to shut it out. And there's no confidence on the side of SSG on the Arna Brig Winston anymore. They could try again to take it to an Arna Brig Winston map, but I mean, we saw what happened with Sparker. He wasn't confident picking Widow, and Quartz, even though Arna Brig Winston may not be the strength for the side of Twisted Minds, Quartz is absolutely confident on the Widow maps, so we need to be so careful of that if we're SSG. Honestly, I think we might see something like a Runasapi pick, a map where we can perhaps integrate Backbone into the lineup. I think that if we're going to be seeing so much double flex DPS, it's a bit of a mistake to put Sparker in the lineup. We've seen SSG do this often, where they know that there is a hit scan starter. They're going to begin on hit scan, but then as it turns out, as the cards begin to fall, Sparker winds up playing Tracer for the majority of the map. We can't have Sparker on the Tracer. Quartus in the chat dropping some heat at SSG in the middle of the series. Eternally focused here. Sick montage a couple of years ago, by the way. You should put out some more of those. But again, we need to see if Sparker is going to play, he must play hit scan. We can't see Sparker flexing over to the Tracer. If we're going to see Tracer play, it must be Psycho, and then we should play double flex. We should see some Tracer Venture, something to apply more pressure, more chaos onto Quartz. I'm not liking the approach here from SSG so far.
Yeah, I don't know if they even actually want to maybe just take it to more of like a Diva mirror and then just enter into more of this sort of like macro-based play as well, just match it. Or if we just go somewhere like Flashpoint, where maybe they can play some of Amalga, but there won't be the same access to some of these annoying high grounds they experienced on Volcano. Something like that could be another option. We've seen SSG play so many comps. Could even be Circuit Royale, right? You risk for Quartz Widow, but I think the type of style that SSG wants to play in that map, they don't really care about a Widow, you know? They're not going to take a mirror or anything like that. They'll play some kind of Brawl, TP play stuff, maybe even perhaps, and that can give them, and it is actually going to be Circuit Royale.
Circuit Royale, I think, you know, this is a power pick for SSG. We know that they have all sorts of bizarre strategies for Circuit, which can probably upset the standard play of Twisted. But the reality of being a team like ENCE, like Twisted in Europe, is that there are no surprises from SpaceStation. If you scrim SpaceStation, you've seen this stuff before. We do know that this is one of SpaceStation's aces in the hole, though. Psycho being subbed out, it's a bit of a rarity. The Backbone Sparker lineup tells me that we're going to see some sort of sim composition coming out, potentially with the hit scan from Sparker, and that, I mean, that's a good thing for SSG. But at the end of the day, that first map, it was very unconvincing.
I'm eating more of a pizza.
Okay, I'm looking at a 7 TV emote and it's still processing. It says Hardy Sparker, so it's just the two shirtless men.
Is this them kissing?
Yeah, it's the two. It's the two shirtless men. Very good. Very good.
Oh, they're wasting no time here. I need to finish this slice.
Oh, this is good. No, I'm happy with this. Apparently, they are also results heads on the production side of things. They're wasting no time whatsoever making roster substitutions, adjusting graphics, and just getting right into the action here. SpaceStation, they are looking like they're going to play a true classic for them, a Rhine composition. We haven't seen much Rhine out of SpaceStation. They did pull it out in the clutch on Runasapi quite recently. It did not net them the win, but Circuit Royale, one of the best Rhine maps in the game. We see the Twisted Minds, they're already a little bit prepared for this though. They're starting out on the Ramatra, on the Ash May, so this is nothing new to them. There is no Trader Joe's in so I bought this in America.
No surprises here, I think, from either side. TP onto the top right high ground. Defensive wall from Yubi asked early as this Bastion swing comes out, and it just forces a bit of a back step from TM, but they will keep holding the corner here. Sim Bastion obviously gives them lots of chance to move around the map. Top left is probably the default TP here. Get back by a bit of an angle. They actually gone back over to Bastion Widow now in all of this. So slightly different. They have no May. They have no May of their own, but obviously the Bastion just shreds through these May walls. So you see right there, Yubi doesn't get all that much value out of it as it gets taken down. And now a Widow duel. Well, I say a Widow duel. One of them's on Widow, one of them on Ashe, but Sparker wins it. Expect Quartz to swap over to the mirror here, but Spark's got the angle. He's picked him apart, and this payload is going to be steaming forward in a second.
Yeah, that is a free fight win for SpaceStation. Love to see it. Sparker rolling out on the Widowmaker, playing something with confidence for once. No cowardice for Sparky. We need this in the clutch. Backbone on the Bastion as well. He is a menace on this hero. We don't get to see it that much because often Sparker is stealing the limelight on it. But finally, we get to see Jamie playing something where the self-proclaimed thinker can show his skills. Sparker getting taken very low by a icicle from Yubi, but he will survive. And now again, Twisted, they're pushing up on the side. Quartus, he throws down the TP, but it looks like it's a fake. Window comes down in mid for Landon, but it's not actually enough to take down any of the squishies. TVNT, he's caught with his hands, invisible hands, in front of his face, and he goes down. This is a wonderful start here for SpaceStation. A very rapid Blizzard for Yubi comes out, catches up both DPS of SSG. Backbone goes down. He does not go down. He gets frozen up, but he survives despite the lamp going down. Hardy with a massive shatter that takes down Yubi, and the bomb combination is perfect. SpaceStation cleaning up the first point here. TVNT coming back on the wrecking wheel to donate a little bit more HP to the cause. Thank you very much, TVNT. As an SSG head myself, I am happy with this outcome.
Yeah, really nice combo there. Sets it up perfectly. You see, it's a little bit weird to see Quartz go over to the Sim here, so they're just trying to win the full Brawl matchup rather than take the Widow. But that Shatter Bomb combo, so well timed. Finishes them off. Hattie catches both DPS. Now a chance to try and hold forward here. They do have the beat, but I think they're just keen to do a lot of shooting on the way up. Make Twister's Mind's life hard. They have that TP. They drop the wall onto Hattie. Hattie has to go the far way. He's taken a lot of health here, actually. We'll have to get the lamp forced onto him, and SSG now taking a back step. And this gives Twister's Mind's crucial space.
No one can hide.
Oh, this is not a bad position for SpaceStation, honestly. Twisted Minds, they invested heavily on that defense there. There are beats to match, and as soon as the Bastion form comes out, there could be huge trouble. Sparker with a pick onto Quartz. Sounds like you're a little bit ahead from the way that you sensually moaned a second before I saw the kill. Beat comes out for Funny Astro. He's booped up into the air, but he does manage to get it off. Bliss goes down to Hardy's pin. Everyone is a pin magnet when Hardy is the Rhine in the server, and the cart just keeps on rolling. SpaceStation are going to push up here, try and get the staggers. Yubi's ice block has been forced. The Thinker deflects a bomb around the corner, and Sparker, he catches Quartz. Yubi, he's 85% on this Mayol. The Blizzard could be huge, but Hardy, if any trouble comes through, he will be ready to shatter through the window. Yubi tries to touch the point, but it is not enough. 4.5 minutes on the clock for SpaceStation rolling into third. You cannot count these guys out on Circuit Royale. Their Rhine comp is unbelievable.
It's happened twice now as well. 30, 29, 28,
okay, we're actually in time.
27. Yeah, I paused it for a second.
Mate.
Yeah.
Ah, it's my goat. Cheers, mate.
But it's happened twice now. Both picks Sparker got was from that Bastion bomb. Just a little bit of knockback just knocks him into the air, and Sparker knocks him down. They'll TP onto Sparker now to clear him out. And it looks like Twisted Mind's keen to get one of these fights. They will, I guess, just to take the space. They do get this left-hand side, but a Shatter Bomb combo is available here again. Bastion's, Backhoe's just going to drop these Bastion bombs, though. Looking for him onto the TP. Manages to TP away just in time. Now the Blizzard on point. Hattie is frozen, but he's just about out of it. Symbol now comes out from Quartz. They have control of point, but SSG are actually going to disengage into the Twisted Mind spawn. If they can just full reset here, chance to go with this Shatter afterwards.
This is a massive flip from SpaceStation. Twisted have TP'd on, trying to catch out SpaceStation now. Landed under a lot of pressure. He actually will go down. Hardy hits a huge shatter, but the lamp, it is enough to keep Bliss alive. Hardy whiffs the pin on the Annihilation as well, and TVNT is now answering back, pushing forward. The second Hardy dropped that hammer, Landon had died, so it was actually very difficult for SSG to sustain through that fight. If they didn't win it quickly, they would not win it at all. It appears we've seen a pause come out. Apparently the results heads, they were not happy with this, so they actually had to slow down the production a little bit. Quick little pause coming out.
Yeah, did a good job. Obviously, the nature of the sim is even though they got flipped on, they were able to flip back, retake the high ground fair. We did see Sparker get a couple of nice kills. Quartz has now swapped onto the Widow. Did get the kill onto Sparker after those two kills, got the trade back. So might be seeing a bit more of a Widow duel now. Easy enough to obviously play Widow when there's no Widow on the enemy team. Now in more of a straightforward matchup. 1v1, Sparker against Quartz. And I can't remember what the exact ult situation is, but I think there's still a decent amount of time for SSG here because they've been steamrolling through this one.
Yeah, I mean, SSG, they're making it look pretty easy. I think we have something like 2.5, 3 minutes on the clock still because they had 4.5 when they rolled in. So honestly, it's still quite easy for them to get this full cap. They have so much time. I mean, Twisted, it seems that they finally figured out a couple of solutions though. Now on the Symmetra, it didn't look so good at the start, but some nice TPs from Quartz on the third point, ruining the rotations of SSG. While SSG looked like they'd done well with the flip, these teams, they keep flipping over one another. When you have a Sim on one side and London Spitfire on the other, or SSG rather, there is guaranteed to be a lot of rotating on the map, flipping back and forth, and there's so much pressure on the squishier targets of the team. People like Landon, who cannot move quickly, they are going to get caught out if they are not completely dialed in with these rotations.
Yeah, so much variation. It's maybe gonna cut down a little bit now at Twisted Minds because the payload's so close to the cap point. They have to keep themselves anchored to that. They have to be careful not to lose control of that here. So the Ramatra is obviously so great at holding these corners. We saw that kind of in the last fight. Even the Shatter, the whiffed pin, even with the pin, I don't know if actually they'll be able to convert the kill onto TVNT here. So a much easier point to hold in this one once they get to this final corner. And it will take probably a really nice combo, but we have seen those from SSG so far. The Shatter, the Bastion bombs, obviously good window value, pretty much a standard for SSG at this point. So they've got a lot of time, they've got a lot of options, and really they just need to clutch, right? But Quartz is on this Widow, and if there's a hero that can clutch, it is quite often the Widow, and it's actually a Pharah from UB in the mix now as well, so difficult heroes for SSG to deal with.
Yeah, this is actually a little bit tough now for SSG. UB on the Pharah, that's going to apply a lot of pressure to Landon, to Backbone. They're going to be super balled up. That being said, I mean, there are still windows of opportunity here for SpaceStation. They can still catch out the Pharah. TVNT on the Diva. This is not ideal. Conk used from UB already, and they're just going to steamroll ahead right now. They want to catch a kill. The Thinker has been caught unawares, though. Hardy did not put up his shield. Instead, he went for the pin, and it's looking like an easy fight when 4 Twisted Minds converting off that window, just taking down Backbone very quickly. Hardy's pin, perhaps a little bit too keen. Maybe they needed to kite that one. Sparker also on the Widow now, so this is going to be a complete pivot from SpaceStation. Now we have Widow May. No more Bastion. The Diva pick was enough. And I suppose we're just going to see some more objective play now. Picking up the May means that they want to touch Cart. They want to drag Twisted Minds in, because now their point touch is atrocious. No Tracer, no ground tank other than the Diva, and the Diva is going to get counted out by that May on the point. Quartz, though, watch out for him. He has the sideline in main. It's always going to be a risk peeking Quartz.
They're trying to come in. They've got the Diva on one side, the Baptiste on the other. They try and wall one side, but it doesn't really stop the Pharah spamming them. They're going to beat through instead. Now looking for it. Bliss has the later beat back, and there's the barrage over the top. Ice block, shield, lamp. They all just about survive it, but Backbone needs help in main. Hattie's not got shield to help him. He's going to try and wall himself out. They've weathered the storm, and Sparkle wins the Widow duel. Hattie's now coming up to Shatter. Could be the final blow here. Yubi's going to commit in deep. Needs to find a kill. Kills Landon, the perfect one. That makes Hattie fall. Bliss and Yubi, they go aggressive, and they make the crucial picks here. But play when they need it, and now they're going to stall out this May too.
Insane carry performance there from Yubi, conking in front of everyone, and Sparker just not able to get the meaningful SMG damage, not able to secure the kill. Landon going down, crazy projectiles from Yubi there. Actually a very, very good trade. Bliss actually swapping from the Lucio over to the Ana, so it looks like he thinks the Lucio is no longer providing much value with them playing that back high ground, would rather put more resources into Bliss, into TVNT, into Yubi. And there are so many ults online for Twisted Minds. They have options right now. Hardy, Backbone, they do have the point clearing ults. They can put the Blizzard down, they can shatter people that touch as well, but Twisted, it's so difficult when they have this surround on the high ground. Window up on high ground, barrage coming up in no time at all. There's just so much danger for SSG at the end of this third point, and if they can't retake top, it's gonna be tough. Backbone appears to be caught up on the high ground, lamp forced, May ice block forced, and here comes the push now. UV up in main, spamming away, but Backbone, he knows he needs to push the cart. Shatter comes out, catches TVNT. Window up on the high ground. TVNT will be frozen up shortly. I'm not sure how he has survived that freeze. That has to have been a bug. That didn't make any sense at all, because TVNT, it's because of the shatter timing. I think it resets your freeze cooldown or something. Unbelievable luck there for TVNT. Either way, really rough for SpaceStation now. They've got nothing left in the ult bank. Yubi has the barrage, and look at this. Here it comes. Hardy getting barraged. A sliver of HP, the lamp. It goes to the back line, not the front line, and suddenly it's not looking so good for SpaceStation anymore. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to secure a full push here.
Astro and Backbone still battling away, but they're outnumbered, outgunned, and Quartz will get a nice finish. And it will be a hold after such a good start for SSG. The swaps from Twisted Minds. The Diva, I don't know how much the Diva did, but especially the Pharah and the Widow, it certainly made approaching this last one super difficult for them. You saw time and time again, they're trying to come through main, they're trying to find the kills. But Diva, I mean, especially when she cheats a Blizzard like she did, so hard to force out of these areas when she's getting that full double and a BAP pocket. They manage to stabilize, they get the hold. Still a lot of work, obviously, on Circuit Royale, but I think a much better situation than it could have been for Twisted Minds. Really not sure what did happen with Diva. It is something like that. Is like the CC doesn't chain or something. Somebody smarter than me, one of the Overwatch nerds, will know exactly what happened with the male. But it's something to do with the fact that because he was shattered as well, I don't know if it resets your stun time, so you don't get the full freeze or there's a delay in it or something. I don't know exactly how it works, but I think that's why. I also don't know if it's actually intentional that it works like that. But it means they don't get that Diva kill, because if they get that Diva kill, they have the opportunity to force point, and then once they start really forcing that point, they start to drag these people off high ground, and suddenly it's much easier to deal with all these threats. Now, we'll get a defense comp looking pretty similar here from SSG. Widow and Bastion to start with it, so I wouldn't be I'll be surprised. Interested to see what Twisted Minds do, right? Because the Diva Pharah worked for him, but I don't know if it would work if they just did it on the attack here, right? Hard to swing these corners in the same way, so might be a different approach here for TM.
Yeah, no, I mean, SpaceStation, I think that they're in a good position right now. I don't think that this Junker Queen stuff is the solution to what SpaceStation have going on. Maybe the absence of a May is significant. Maybe the fact that Sparker is on Widow is not ideal into Twisted's comp. But honestly, I don't think that this Junker Queen Bastion Sim comp has legs. That being said, Yubi on Sim, he is a little bit of a Symmetra magician. And Quartz, it's like the rockets from his right click are guarded by God himself. So Backbone, he actually gets knifed in by TVNT. And despite what I was saying about this comp not having much legs, immediately Backers is the one to go down. I'm actually wondering if we're going to see a swap come out here from SpaceStation. I'm wondering if Jamie is going to make any changes or if he's just going to stick it out, because I would think that versus a matchup like this, we would want to see Backbone making a change, going over to the May, and then maybe Sparker can play the Bastion, something more old school. But no, we are going to stick it out, so Jamie's got to be really careful now not to get caught out. TP right in front of Hardy, his shield is getting minced, but Sparker, he catches the kill on Yubi. TVNT being blocked off right now, and that is destabilized for SpaceStation. That's the risk of TPing in the face of a Reinhardt. Hardy, he gets these massive swings, 5-man cleave, 4-man cleave. He gets fire strikes that catch many people, and you see TVNT is actually going to swap off the Junker Queen.
There isn't an element of counterplay there, because obviously the knife's pretty easy to hit with a Bastion. That's how they got that opening fight pick. But Sigma are a lot more consistent, can mark a lot more of a Bastion's damage. But Hadi will be happy to play into a Sigma here, can swing, can get aggressive. And you see him take that earlier swing. They just kill the DPS. TVNT will die late. And all of a sudden, Twisted Minds are having all sorts of trouble getting going on this attack.
Yeah, I don't think that the Sigma is much of an answer either, to be honest. I think that the Sigma is something that matches up really well into Hardy. I think he can easily pin during the turns where TVNT goes for the hands, he tries to eat anything. I think that Hardy, he's so adept at this matchup. TVNT, he probably hasn't been on Twisted Minds long enough to understand what is going to come. And see Hardy on this corner, just mincing Twisted Minds. Sparker, again, he's really coming alive here on the Widowmaker. Takes down Yubi, landing catches Quartz on the rotation as well. And now there's no DPS alive for Twisted Minds. This is just going to be a case of staggering. There is no stagger because Vigilante is the only one. Bliss is the only one left alive. Bliss hopping around on people's heads, and he's going to have to throw himself to the wolves off the edge of the map. But now, look at the time. 1:30 left on the clock, and Bliss is still respawning. SpaceStation setting up really far forward to shoot spawn. No free retakes here from the SpaceStation boys. Got to keep the pressure up immediately. That shield for TVNT, it's already low on health.
We'll use the Matrix as well, coming around the corner. They're going to back up to the high ground. Quartz is going to bomb really early here, just looking for anything. Kind of hopeful bombs, doesn't get all that much, but they walk onto Backbone, force a lamp out. Window in response from Landon does push them away. Back in a shatter, they weren't ready for the second shatter. Hadi's going to collect all of them here, and 1 minute left on the clock. TM are sent right back to spawn. Ajax as well?
Was that an Ajax from Bliss?
I didn't see any of the beat. So it was
unbelievable.
an unbelievable
I'm seeing
shadow, actually.
Ajax, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, typical Hardy, you know, turning water to wine with his shadows, and then Backbone, he gets the fadeaway on Quartz as well. So things are looking really, really rough now for Twisted Minds. TVNT, he still hasn't charged his first ultimate. This is Yubi's first sim wall as well. There will be a big swing for Twisted Minds when they have the sim wall. Yubi is insane with those, but it is just looking like an uphill battle. We see aggression, a pin onto TVNT. Window comes out though, Hardy, you've got to be so careful. You're in front of a window. Backbone though, he sees the opportunity. He throws down the minefield. The Thinker, he catches a bunch of damage, no kills actually, so I'm not so sure about the Thinker anymore. But SpaceStation, they do have the lead on picks. TVNT is going for the Flux. He may take down Backbone with it. Backbone survives, and there's just nobody left alive for Twisted Minds. Hardy has died, but it's not going to be enough. Backbone on top.
He's at the door. Astro and Backbone just clutch it out in that scrappy fight, but Flux doesn't do enough, and SSG with an unbelievably good hold on Circuit Royale. They're so good at this map, and it brings them back into the series, tied up 1-1. Which means it's pizza time. Come get an Ajax chat. What pizza you in? It's a homemade ham and mushroom one. And mozzarella on it too. Well, I'm pretty certain it was an Ajax. Let me do it in a different window though, so I don't lose the time sync with Hunter.
Really hit the ground running on.
Right? As,
Oh wait.
This will be
Waiting.
Bastion is how he runs. He's like, nah. Up is another pin here from
Thank you, K-Jaw. Now indeed.
SpaceStation putting together a tremendous defense. Look at this, they push up, take that space right away, like you were talking about, right? Wants to continue to deny Sigma that ground. Is now you'll back.
They just aren't ready for this next shadow.
Mortar strike. They come out from Quartz.
Yeah, just gets the beat. Oh, yeah. 100% an Ajax.
They come out from Quartz. Still gonna deal with the immortality fielding.
Oh.
Sigma can't stop a shatter if there's not a shield standing. I just think, like,
Yeah, I think he might just be dead anyway. Like, his health's so low. The shatter probably gets him anyway. I think the shatter gets him anyway. Oh no, actually, he's got the Reinhardt assist. Yeah, I think maybe it was like technically stunned out of it, but they would have got the kill either way. Yeah.
Style that SpaceStation wants to play.
Score check. Is it Erling Haaland again with a Doku assist? Nunez. I'm actually selling fucking Count Doku. Fucking prick. Don't even keep a clean sheet either. Alright, at least I got 5 points from Rico Lewis, so my defender's doing okay. I need 1 billion goals in the United-Liverpool game. I need Crystal Palace to get absolutely smashed. And I need Porro and Isaac to both score a hat-trick. But that's quite reasonable, right? That's quite reasonable. Because I'm on 15 points. But if I look at somebody like this prick, Chris Tiefa, who has Haaland. Fuck. He has 28 points. Wait, did he triple captain him? Or is it just normal captain? It's just normal captain. Fucking hell. Yeah, I guess it was a hat-trick, wasn't it? 225 to 0 in 0.01 seconds. Yeah. I mean, they were so low. So low, but... I mean, to be fair, he's got kind of blanks everywhere else, right? Like Watkins assist, Lewis assist, but Konza, Rogers, Smith Rowe, Pinnock, Saka assist. Like, small scores everywhere else, but he also has Palmer. And he has Trent. Pedro on the bench, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it probably seems a reasonable gamble, right? You thought Villa would do better, thought Fulham would do better. I think those are both reasonable. What am I looking at here? Yeah, seems about right. True flux, true, but... Alright, New Junk City. Pizza is finished. I'm full of it. Honestly, I'm still hungry. Such hungry work streaming, you know? Such hungry work. Have you been adherent to the plan? Yep. Pizza, homemade pizza that my fiance made for dinner. Haven't had any cheesecake yet. Haven't had any sugar. So everything is on track as we speak. On track. And SSG have got themselves back on track after that Circuit Royale. We go to New Junk City. Twisted Mind's choice, of course. So, want to force some of this valve. Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, mate.
We're actually in sync. We're in sync. Yeah.
I'm amazed that they've gone to New Junk City, like, wanting to play Quartz Genji for their map pick. A little bit strange, don't you think?
Nah, I'm a believer in Quartz Genji. He's converted me. Okay, I'm actually converting back. I've been unconverted now.
Funny Astro, he saw that review video on YouTube, which you can check out on my YouTube channel, and he's completely reinvented himself. He's actually come out as a totally different human here, filling the kill feed. But yeah, Quartus on Genji for their map pick. I'm not too sure about this one. Not saying that he's bad at Genji, he's solid, but we all know that he is a superstar on the hit scan, so it's interesting to see them go this approach, especially after map 1. Psycho Backbone in the lineup though, so that's a very good thing for SpaceStation. This double flex DPS lineup, it works so well with the Maga compositions, so good for the flashpoint. Yubi gets the early pick onto Hardy though, that's not a great start.
Yeah, really just shreds through the HP. They had that Kitsune rush just a little bit faster. Lando doesn't have time to match. They get a free retake, they'll get the control. Well, I say free retake, only costs a Kitsune rush. They only get one trade as well, but they'll be able to pick up Vigi quickly enough. And now SSG have this big ult advantage. So the go-to move normally for someone like Twisted Minds here would be, can they get a disengage on this first Kitsune rush? Just take a step back or something. We'll see what they choose to do. Trying to come through the choke. Tectonic Shock to start it from Backbone, and they're just going to leave here. Twisted Minds will take that one for free. Still support ult advantage though, as now SSG can start forcing point. But they want to keep chasing with this. TVNT's going to run. He's awfully low. Might need the beat sooner or later. They're just running around in circles. Yubi's going to try and go Psycho, just give a kill. Wait, Psycho was waiting on the other side. I think he was playing through point, and he catches all of them. It wasn't a ring around the Rosie because Psycho was there to catch him at the other end.
I thought we were very close to seeing 2 ults in a row kited by Twisted Minds, but pretty greedy for them to try and kite that second layer, to try and kite the Kitsune rush. Already, they had invested amp, so going for a second round of that, especially when Psycho is in a position to pinch, a little bit much. Quartz going down straight away to Psycho on the Echo as well. Psycho getting so much done now, and that is going to be... Oh, well, Bliss has actually snuck through and is flipping the point. The SpaceStation, I mean, they're fighting in main, they've peeled back, but the flip, that's a huge deal. That means that Twisted is going to get another fight for sure. TVNT pinning out onto the point. He cages Backbone, but TVNT, no hands here. He is caught inside the cage of Hardy. He's about to go down. Quartz is going to probably take down Hardy inside the cage. That shout, it's healing so much though. Kitsune Rush invested for Vigilante, but it's so few players left. They're all so low, and the point has gone over to SpaceStation. Psycho did invest the copy in that, but again, SpaceStation, they've edged it out.
They saw the chance to clutch her. It wasn't the craziest investment from Vigilante. It was almost there, but the copy Malga from Psycho doing so much. A backup tank in case your tank goes down. But it cost Twisted Mind so much. All 5 invested, and now Kitsune Rush, Tectonic Shock available on the side of SSG. So can try and win this one pretty efficiently, actually. Might just use the Tectonic Shock. Yubi's going to go in. Maybe they just want to go aggressive here, TM. Get the trades if they can. Stomp in onto Psycho. One-shots him. Bliss is trying to double down with him. TVNT is awfully low, but Quartz is still coming. Yubi and Quartz trying to combine. They lose their Malga. They drop the Kitsune Rush. Hadi will be able to kill 2 people here. Should be able to stabilize. And they haven't given the flip or anything to TM here either, so it should be okay. They deal with Yubi on point. They can, I don't know if they can catch the backline, but they can at least force them to leave. Oh, they're just going to die on point. Okay, they can.
Yeah,
if they get the Kitsune Rush.
Fight. Really good one for SSG. Only a Kitsune Rush for the cap there, and now Twisted, I mean, they still don't have anything to play with. They're going to have to play so slow on the retake to charge something up, because SpaceStation, they do have the Tectonic Shock. We've seen a pretty consistent trend here of Backbone going for those Tectonic Shocks very early in the fights and being kited. Let's see whether he can have a little bit more discipline here. Wait for Twisted to actually commit and push in, because Backbone, I mean, he really... He feels that he gets the eye of the Kaiser when he has that tectonic shock. He throws it out so early. You can see though, Twisted, they are playing so slowly, very clearly trying to charge support ults here in the doorway. And 2 fights have become 1 for their retake. Here comes the push, an aggressive beat in from Bliss. Vigilante 1 or 2 shots away from collecting a Kitsune rush as well. But Quartz, he goes down. Psycho shatters him. Backbone, he's popped the tectonic shock in the midst, and it's not looking good for Twisted Minds. Their health bars are also low. They're down a player, and it is looking like it is going to be SpaceStation stealing this flashpoint away.
Incredibly aggressive from Twisted Minds. They just beat round the corner. You see they're looking for Astro because Quartz doubles down, goes so aggressive, but Psycho does what Echo does best. Just plays a slight off angle, punishes and just hits the full sticks and beam on anyone being aggressive. Kills Quartz, protects Astro, and because they went so deep for that aggression, they don't get the play they were looking for. They don't even force any of the support ults out of SSG, so now support ult advantage into this next fight, and Twisted Minds, they need something from one of their DPS ults, or they need to try and disengage something again.
Oh, we're going to need a generational blade here from Quartz. Not entirely sure whether he's good for it. So many skills invested already from Twisted Minds. The Suzu, the shout, the deflect. In goes Quartz. He has the blade. He's trapped in Hardy's cage. But Yubi, he's clearing house. He's used the tectonic shock inside the cage and taken down Hardy. Quartz is now blading so close inside his own cage. But Quartz, he can't get in. He's so close. He can't get the blade finished. But now Yubi, Bliss, they both get the kills. Psycho on the copy. He manages to throw down another cage, but it shatters. And it is looking like Twisted Minds, the miracle that they were after. They have got it. 4 ults invested for SpaceStation, and somehow they fumbled it. Twisted Minds barely had the ults to win that one. They were at a deficit, and somehow they've managed to clean up.
The cage tectonic shock seemed to do most of the work there for Twisted Minds at the start, just cut through so much of that extra health, and now they find themselves in a situation where Bliss just has beat. SSG only have tectonic shock, so maybe Backbone can open with this one again, try and force the beat out. Just has to be careful he doesn't go too early, Backbone here, and have it disengaged one more time. Haddy will tiptoe onto point. Net is that tectonic shock, looking for Bliss. Has to be careful, down to half HP. They're just waiting it out. Suzu's used. They catch Quartz with it here. No beat yet. Bliss is still low. Vigi is low. They've conceded all the point pressure here, and SSG are just allowed to walk in and kill them.
Oh, I mean, you've got to say, this pick for Psycho, oh, a little teabag there from Backbone at the end, getting in their heads. This pick from Psycho on the Echo, it's so wise. It's going to completely cancel out Quartz's impact. Winning that matchup and putting Quartz in a position where he's so uncomfortable, can't even get to half health or he will be beamed down to 0. Quartz, with less experience on the Genji, he's going to have more difficulty playing around the Genji, playing around the Echo. And now we actually see Vigi going down pre-fight. Quartz is on the Cassidy, but I don't think it's going to be enough because the beat invested for Bliss, it's just pissing up the wall. We need a fast reset now from Twisted Minds. Only 1 fight left, and we can see SpaceStation, they're pushing up aggressively to the spawn. They want to apply the point pressure. They know the Twisted Minds, they're going to have to touch eventually, so if they fight forward, they might actually be able to force a 5 versus 4.
All the ults in the bank for SSG as well. They're holding really close in this choke. Psycho considering going over the top. Doesn't go for it right now. They're going to try and go the far side here instead. Twisted Minds. They can at least match Kitsune Rush, but they need to fight on the point here because they need to keep it contested as it's about to go into overtime here. And that's going to make their life so difficult. Yubi gets the first touch. Kitsune Rush mirrored. Both ventures pop out. Now the beat comes through. Copy Malga as well. They want to just play through TVNT. Someone has to get the touch, but they just burn through him here. Too many Malgas is too much for TVNT to handle. He just runs into a wall. Can't face it anymore, and that will be a very quick flashpoint. 3-0 for SSG.
I think that was a very questionable map pick from Twisted Minds. I mean, I know that they've been doing well versus these lesser teams playing the Malga Genji stuff. I'm not sure what in the draft would have been better for them, but they should know better than this. They should know that going Quartz on Genji when there are maps you can pick where Quartz can dominate on the hit scan role instead, that has to be a bit of a question mark for them. Unfortunate for Twisted Minds, they're now going down 1-2 in the series. We'll see what they pick next. Let's see if they go to something a little bit more extreme, maybe a hybrid map where they can put Quartz on the hit scan.
Yeah, it seems like the obvious choice, getting back in those carry situations. They do get to pick again, of course, and it's what is left. It's going to be push and hybrid left as well, so plenty of options for that. Can maybe, even if they want, pick a map where Lucio and a Diva is viable and Quartz can Ashe, and maybe a map that SSG have previously played Winston on, where they've had all of their struggles so far this week. So still a lot of good options, I think, here for Twisted Minds, but need to win this next one.
Oh. All right, speaking of next ones, next bit of slop. See you soon.
All right. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Ba-ba-bum. 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 All right, I'm locked in. Sorry. What are we saying? Lost 30k points in that first map there. Oh yeah, TM have got the next map pick. If team goes to King's Row, yeah, something like that. I think it's a reasonable reasonable question to ask SSG. And then they get fucked by Winston and a Brig. I mean, to be fair, when they did beat the Malga with the Diva on that Volcano, I think a lot of that was due to some of the map specifics. Like that position for Vigi and that position for Quartz was just really difficult for a Malga team to deal with. We see, I think we've seen Virtus.pro do it a lot on maps like Control Center as well, where a lot of teams go to run Malga, but they just exploit these small high grounds, which really just limit a lot of what the Malga team can do. The Malga engage, it's so important to try and hit those stomps. It's a big factor in how effective a Malga comp can be into the other comp. And if they're on the high ground, it just stops becoming a skill matchup. Can I find the stomp? Can I find the timing? And it just becomes an impossibility because you have no verticality. Crazy Raccoon is 2 maps away from B and Shock's 28 map win record, and if it's over from Esports World Cup, it's 1 map away. Interesting. So I guess, do you count all of them? It's hard, right? Because you have to say the bottom level in Overwatch League is way higher than any of the OWCS ones, you know? Like, so it doesn't seem like a truly fair comparison. It's still an impressive record. Like, don't get me wrong. It's still like a crazily impressive record, but it has to say the caliber of teams respective to the time does feel different. All right, push and hybrid. So King's Row looks viable. Maybe an Iconwald. Maybe Runasapi. Thank you, Baleful Strix12. Thank you very much for a prime. I do appreciate it. Keeping the lights on, as they say. How's this game been? Dogfight? Not really. Actually, I know it's 2-1, which implies a dogfight, but it's actually been 2... Twisted Minds dominated Samoa, then SSG have dominated the next 2 maps. So we're potentially... And we could go to a map 5, definitely. But also, there's no... there seems to be just super one-sided maps. Colosseo? Okay. So Dive is viable, but... I don't think SSG will do it here. No, Clash isn't available yet in these map pools, so we're only from the 5 previous modes out. So no Clash yet. It should be in next stage, which I think starts... I want to say end of September, maybe? End of September. I think they might do something weird here. What's the thinking then? Have Twisted Minds played it before? What comp would they play? Maybe like a... Could play a Sigma and a Lucio. And maybe he starts Sigma, but he goes Diva. Zarya Cass, possibly. Yeah, I feel like Lucio Anna is probably going to be the play. I don't know what SSG will play, though. Maybe that's the bigger question, right? Yeah, only in Korea for Juno. So no Juno available here. We are Juno-less. Only in Korea do we get to see the teams try and utilize that. Yeah, a lot of hate for the new mode. I only really played it a couple of times. In quick play, which is whatever. Never really... I think I've said this a few times before, but for those who haven't heard it before. It's, the way I feel about a lot of these new modes and new heroes and stuff, you know, when people are giving all, like, their takes from, like, their experience, I think, I would say everyone's free to give their takes. But until you start seeing it consistently in scrim environment, I don't think you're probably going to get a lot of the answers you may be looking for. You probably still answer some questions, right? And it's important. It's fun in ranked as well as viable and competitive play. As we do get Backbone coming in for Psycho. Oh, wait. No. Okay. What? Is it not Sparker coming in? All right. I like read the sentence and I was like, this doesn't seem to line up with what was... Okay. Had a stroke. maybe we've all just got shared delusions about the previous map, huh? But that can happen. Colosseo time. Colosseo time. Spark on Widow, Ryan, May, Widow, Bat, Lucio, and it will be Lucio and a Diva, Farah, Ash. So we predicted for Twisted Minds comp quite accurately, but maybe not the SSG ones, but it's the one they had success with on Circuit Royale. But I think if I'm Twisted Minds, I'm probably not too unhappy about this. But Widow's going to be annoying, though, to be fair.
Yeah, the Widow is a little bit strange coming out from Spark, and nice to see SpaceStation coming through with their vintage compositions here, Reinhardt. But Sparky on Widow on Colosseo, that's an interesting one for sure. It's just a question of what Twisted Minds winds up doing to answer back, because I don't think that Ash Diva Farah is a very good answer to it right now. I think they could do with perhaps a flanker to get on top of Sparker's head. SpaceStation, they're probably just going to do their tried and true method where the May and the Ryan juggle the point aggro and just continually push the cart. Dynamite nearly catching Sparker, but he has the sense to hook away and keep himself safe there. Vigilante, he's already charging up the nano boost, but you know, Landon, he's just as close on the... Actually, Landon is not just as close on the window. So Vigilante's going to get the nano boost before Landon gets the window, and that could be dangerous for the side of SSG.
Oh, Backbone. We talked about the sniper picks, but it's actually Backbone is the most deadly one. Takes UB out of the air. Another dink now forces a defensive nade, and they're having a real hard time here. Quartz is solo. Landon finishes that one for him. Looking for Vigilante. Out of Matrix now is TVNT, and everyone's getting involved for SSG. Pick after pick, and a late DMEX going to force TVNT to go swap in spawn.
Excellent one for SSG there. The thing about these Ryan comps is they're so snowbally. TVNT making the swap over to Ball. It looks like Twisted Minds have resigned to lose. That is wonderful news for the SSG heads in the crowd. If TVNT goes Ball, you know you have won. Look at this shit right now. He's rolling into 6, doing absolutely nothing to stop the cart, nothing to set up a dive. Nano comes out onto Yubi. Yubi is 1 health though. Yubi actually goes down. Blizzard also catches TVNT, and it's looking like SpaceStation in the span of only 2 minutes are going to cap the checkpoint. Twisted Minds, their base compositions, they really struggle into Reinhardt. The Diva actually gets counted out by the Ryan and the May. May actually having so much impact, and on push especially, being able to just camp the cart, keep dragging it along. TVNT, he has to come in. He has to come into the danger zone. This is really messy for Twisted Minds. Yubi making the swap over to Tracer, that's a good thing. He can start to block cart, he can start to pressure Sparker, but I mean, it's a bit late in my opinion. We're already 97 meters in with only 2.5 minutes down.
Window's going to be dropped now. They're keeping their eyes on Yubi behind them too, and this robot is just chugging along. TVNT is now underneath. Vigi's on the big flank here. They spot him out, so Vigi might be in danger. Looks for the nade. Does catch Landon. Landon lamps himself. Meanwhile, Sparker's just pushed up an SMG. What? Sparker and Backbone are just in spawn. SMG and Quartz. The rest of the TV at Twisted Minds are still trying to deal with Landon, but Landon's got away. Didn't even have to use Astro's beat. And now they can go get this robot. Keep on pushing. Sparker will be okay. Now the beat, but not in time for Landon. Where is everyone playing? Belucio and Anna are all the way behind here. Spark's going to turn and deal with it, but Bliss will take him down. Bob will be used by Quartz. So I guess Twisted Minds stabilize in a very, very confusing fashion. Wait, no, there's still people in spawn. Astro and Backbone are still here. What's happening? Astro's just jumped off the map.
Astro and Backers are just taking the piss at this point. They've got such a significant lead early on that they decide they're just going to give it away in the spawn, going for all sorts of goofy nonsense. The Twisted Minds, I mean, now they've wound up on a somewhat cohesive composition. Really, all they needed was that Tracer swap for Yubi. TVNT does not have the mech as of yet, though. So immediately, we're going to see SpaceStation coming out in main and just pushing the cart along. Oh my god, TVNT greeting for the remake, taken down by Sparker. He is not taking the piss today. His teammates maybe, but Sparker, he's good for it. It's not like on Junkertown yesterday where he was afraid to mirror the Widow. Now he's going to do it even on push. Oh my god, the pin comes out from Huddy. He could get a backline shatter here. He may not even need to use it because they're 2 up in the fight, and the cart just keeps on rolling. Checkpoint activated once again, and it's all looking so good for SpaceStation.
Nano be available for Twisted Minds. They need to make value out of this. They will beat in aggressively now, looking for it. They do get on top of Sparker. They take him down. Defensive Blizzard doesn't really do anything. The Shatter comes out there. Don't think it catches all that much. Landon's going to try and duel his Anna. He does get Vigilante. So that will slow him down. Backbone's still ice blocking. We'll take a walk off here. Nope, still just walking around. All right. They win the fight, Twisted Minds. And it was only a beat.
Not a bad one for Twisted, to be honest, cleaning up the backline with that beat push. And now, I mean, they have layers for the next fights. They can aggress again on Landon with the Nano Diva. That's so hard to deal with without an ultimate for the side of SpaceStation. But this long sight line in the middle, it's going to be a disaster for them. And look, they're not even letting them take a good fight. Hardy already blocking the cart, already pressuring Twisted Minds to come deeper, step up to the plate into our sight lines. He begs. Nanoboost comes out onto TVNT, but it's total wank. He gets nothing for it, doesn't close any gaps. Hardy inside the room, hiding away, and this is no problem at all for SSG. They're able to stall this out easily. The cart, it is not going to get past this corner. They need more for Twisted Minds. The more could be Bob from the side of Quartz. Sparker whiffing a shot at the Bob. Again, this is lukewarm. This is something that can easily be avoided. It may start shooting the main stack when the wall goes down, but all they need to do is take a couple of steps back, and again, they will be hiding from it. Dynamite comes in from Quartz, but it's not enough. Hardy's pinning over now, trying to cut down the hit scan. Everyone from SpaceStation exploding out onto Vigi, onto Quartz. But Yubi, look at this, he's stealing away the cart. Backbone has somehow wound up on his high ground, and this is very bizarre. It looks like London are actually going to steal away the cart towards Twisted Minds spawn.
What a confusing fight. They go to clear Vigilante out, they get their man, but unfortunately Sparker not quite able to keep up with that one, gets left behind. It turns into another messy scrap, and now Spark will make his way over onto the Cass here. Should be a little bit more durable now, a bit easier to follow in any of these aggressive moves SSG want to make. Twisted Minds finally get some meters on the board, but they're pushing now into a Blizzard as well. They only have Bomb and Post-Bomb self-destruct, not the greatest ones, but looks for it here. Lamp just about in time. Sparker is still low. Amber beat over the top. They want to keep pushing here, but is there anyone to push? There's no one to push.
Oh, that's an unbelievable beat there from Funny Astro. Really didn't feel necessary at all. Landon had already saved Sparker from the pressure. Twisted Minds were already on the back foot. No ability to push there for SpaceStation. So not the highest value beat from Funny Astro. Far from a comeback, but not ideal situations. Bad to worse as TVNT gets the trade on Landon. But the Blizzard, this is huge. Surely they will take down TVNT. Hardy is stuck inside the bomb because of Backbone's ice block. He can't walk backwards. He tries to shield it off and he dies. Absolute cinema in play, or Anjuma. Sorry, my mistake. A really goofy fight for SpaceStation. My God. Now Twisted again. They have another opportunity. The ult cycle is really coming online for them. We see TVNT up on the high ground, ready to shift on Landon. If he gets the nano boost, oh my God, a massive anti from Bigi. And TVNT, he's going to clean up here. He's going to take down 1, 2. Sparker gets the Quartz gets the third on Sparker. Thankfully, Backbone, he has the presence of mind to jump down onto the cart and start blocking it. Better yet, Vigi gets traded by backers. Hardy takes TVNT's mech, and this is going to completely shut down Twisted's push. Such a great start, but 2 unreal trades from Spitfire going to completely stop Twisted in their tracks. Bob invested as TVNT jumps off the map. Complete miscommunication coming through here from the side of Twisted. Are they trying to clutch or are they trying to give up?
This game has been crazy. We saw a beautiful start from SSG, then we've just seen absolute chaos for a bit, then Twisted Minds start hitting some really clean nade engages, finding a lot of value, and then we're just back to chaos here. It's so Jekyll and Hyde from both teams right now. Obviously, SSG is still going to have this massive lead to deal with. Bliss has with the beat next, as they're going to go for a shatter. He shatters for Robot? The beat out in response.
Just eternal cinema in this match. I really don't know what is going on. Hardy doesn't know what's going on either. He doesn't know what the enemy looks like anymore. He just shatters the bot. So here we go, SpaceStation now. I mean, at least they got the beat for it, you know, made Bliss beat, so it can't be the worst thing in the world.
I mean, I guess he shattered for Robot and it forced beat, so it's not the worst trade you've ever seen. I guess he just didn't like the way that Robot was looking at him. Hardy takes it as a personal slight, responds with the hammer, and now 1 minute left on the clock. Blizzard high noon window and nearly a beat all in the hands of SSG. Twisted Minds need a lot of things to go right, and despite a few gifts of ultimates here, not enough has gone right for him. SSG will just park themselves on this point now, and it's on Twisted Minds to make the move.
Yeah.
Vigi's got behind here, top left.
Landed had his lamp force already. Vigi has an unreal angle, but Backbone, incredible wall, blocking off Vigi's angle completely. Unfortunately, SpaceStation, they're not able to capitalize enough. They haven't been able to push all the way in, and now trades have come through. No supports online for SpaceStation. It's good that they get the trade onto Twisted Minds, onto TVNT. Hardy inside, swinging his hammer. Backbone continuing to block the cart, but again, Twisted, they're edging it out. Vigilante, he has another nano boost, and you saw how deadly those nano boosts could be.
Really good, really creative play from Vigilante, taking the enemy's high ground, getting these big angles. He's really gone into sort of carry mode for the last few minutes of this map, but he needs to keep carrying because there's so much more distance to make up here. He has the nano available. They're going to window point here, Landon. Just try and force them away. TVNT will try and go down. Does have the nano available onto TVNT now, but he's still half health. They're going to be back, and they're just going to kill this nano. Mayult on point now, so hard to touch. They will get cleared out, and SSG, they finish it off. Now finish off the series as well. 3-1 in the end, and what a Coliseum we were treated to.
Unbelievable. When in doubt, pivot to Reinhardt. SpaceStation, they've been struggling so much throughout this tournament with the Winston Arna Brig, and then suddenly they come up against Twisted Minds, and you know what? They say, fuck it, let's just play Ryan for a couple of maps. Let's go to Circuit on their Coliseum. We'll play Ryan. I mean, I'm liking the SpaceStation that we're seeing here because it's the SpaceStation that everyone knows and loves. So happy to see what they're playing now. Not entirely sure how it will match up versus someone like ENCE, though. We've got a new RG mode.
Oh,
it's the fucking, it's his eyes. It's when he's like flicker gooning with the cam. Oh my god.
All right, that's EMEA done as well, right? That's Twisted Minds out in 4th place. SSG advance to play Virtus Pro and get a rematch in that lower bracket final.
Yeah, okay, so EMEA finishes up and we go over to NA. What is our first North American matchup for today?
Which order was it? I think it's like, is it Nightmare versus Timeless Nightmare? Citrus Nightmare,
Timeless versus Citrus, and then Toronto versus NRG Shock, and then Nightmare versus, I suppose, the winner of the first game?
Yeah, which was, of course, with my functional memory, Nightmare.
Yeah.
Real
Your memory is so cultural. I gotta give credit where it's due, you know?
I can literally occasionally remember things that have happened in the last 24 hours.
I think it could be time for another coffee, to be honest, because
Are you going all the way through?
I'm gonna go through to the end of NA, yeah. And then, you know, I'll probably sleep for like
all of Sunday.
Oh, it's just like, yeah, all of the Lord's Day. It's such an issue though, because it's like I'm gonna be waking up at like 8, or not even 8 p.m. actually, because I'm gonna probably wake back up and do career again, right?
It'd be rude not to.
It would be rude not to. All right, we'll play a classic, and we'll just yeah, we'll see you when NA starts.
Roger that. All right, what am I doing? I'm gonna post my career VOD in the videos channel in case anyone missed any of that. I'm going to stop this recording because EMEA is now over.